mod then. So I was just vibing this whole time. But yeah. Ooh, it's time for my dailies too? Shit. I didn't get any fucking money.
What are you dressed as?
This is Temporos.
Temp?
Yeah. For fishing. Selling fishing.
Oh, someone redeem us on?
Well, no. But this is one of the things that I can do solo. Right?
I'll just wait for you to do something different.
I don't think so. I ran out of everything else. Like, so we have...
I see. We ran out of potions at the time or something.
Yeah. I'm waiting to buy more.
That makes way more sense, yeah.
Yeah, I've done that.
Usually you do one thing at a time.
Yeah, except for when I'm buying something. That's actually been pretty consistent, I think, so far. But yeah, I got you.
I'm with you. A respectful creature, just notice things. Oh. Yeah, I want to like shit on Delta though. Like whatever, man. If you like the game, you like the game. I mean, I had a good time with you guys.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I feel the same way about Grounded, where like Grounded is, well, except Grounded I think is a great game. It's just got like a few big problems, but the problems that I have with it, he doesn't have with it, right? Yeah, nothing against Delta, obviously. I do have a rake. Excellent. But yeah, I definitely have I think not just Delta. I think I know a few different people who all have very positive opinions of Abiotic Factor. And I'm like, that's cool. Same with Cyberpunk. Everyone I know loves Cyberpunk, and I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah.
I dislike Abiotic Factor more than Cyberpunk though, by quite a decent margin, I would say.
Yeah, Cyberpunk plays well.
Yeah,
I've seen people swing around with swords and stuff, have fun.
I definitely could recommend Cyberpunk to people, whereas I'm not recommending. I'm not gonna put my name on Abiotic Factor. Like, no thanks.
Dude, I think my biggest gripe is the items.
Which items?
All of the fucking items. They're all so fucking weird, and I don't know which one's which, and you can't categorize them. You just got to memorize these weird fucking items to make anything. There's so many different trees of crafting that you'll never understand fully.
I think it's mostly an organization thing for the crafting part of it. But yeah, you're right. As far as like what is useful for what, there's just literally no way. But you can fix
the crafting menu. The crafting menu sucks too. It's
like... Yeah, no, I think that's the biggest part of it. Thank you for the hydrate, Beatrice. I think if they made it so that instead of it being a grid where there's just fucking everything in order or whatever, I think if they made it like a tree where that like you start from the bottom, like this is the paper cloth section or whatever, and like you start like you choose like a bottom thing and then you just like build your way up and then it just like goes across. I think that would make it like an order of magnitude easier to like understand what is going on and why things work the way that they do. And similarly, I think if every item that you pick up, so like one of the biggest changes between Fallout 4 and any other Fallout game is when you are like looting things or whatever, like you can see without like entering a menu, you can see what it is and you can just like pick everything up or whatever without like leaving the game to like be in a pause menu. That was huge for Fallout 4, like huge, night and day, right?
Oh yeah.
I think for this game, what it needs is something similar would be good, but doesn't need that. What it needs is every item that you're looking at should say, these are the things that you can make with it. Like, it's like fucking, because everything only makes like 4 or 5 things or whatever, right? So it's like, this is why you care about this. It's
a little symbol or something.
Yeah, and it's like, this is a tier 1 item, right? Like, tier 1, it can be made into these 4 things. If it just says, you know, desk phone, tier 1, these 4 things or whatever, right? All of that is solved. We want the tier 5 things.
There's also like too many fucking items, bro.
I think more items is probably good, to be honest, but I understand where you're coming from with that. I think you wouldn't feel like there's too many items if you had a better, like, if you could tell more easily what is dog shit, and it
But
feels
yeah,
like everything matters, which is
that's like that's why Valheim's so good. It's like, oh, it's copper,
mhm,
iron,
mhm,
bronze. You know, it's
mhm.
like, but it's like, oh, it's a turbo cube, bro. You need the turbo
Yeah,
cube to make the silly sphere. The silly sphere goes
yeah.
up the
You're
fucking banana. And it's
you're
just like, what the
totally
fuck?
right. You're totally right. But that's like the reason why they made the game the way that it is. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not a defense, right? But they wanted to have a silly zany office game, right? With like
Well,
supernatural elements or whatever. So if you're gonna keep that, I think that you could still have you could still fix it, right? I think it's fixable without like going completely
like,
out and just saying fuck it. We're doing iron,
listen,
copper.
just
Steel.
make fucking nine different colored turbo cubes, bro. That's better. I mean, Jesus.
I mean, it would
Christ.
be. It would be genuinely.
It's like literally just having like a color system.
Mhm. I think having
I don't know.
a rarity
You
or
could-
color system would help tremendously. I agree with you
Bro,
100%.
like, you could name one of those items in the game. I couldn't tell you what the fuck it made. Ever. Unless it's wood or paper, some shit that exists.
Yeah, I get it. I'm there. I'm there.
It's a headache. And the whole fucking... to share a recipe with someone, I'm glad we turned that shit off. But, like, that was hell.
Yeah, that was
mini game.
Yeah, I gave it a chance, and
Oh, I know.
I shouldn't
I
have
didn't.
bothered, to be honest.
I hated it from the first time I saw it. I'm like, that's gonna be hell.
Yeah, and you were right. You were right. The fucking.
All right.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
No, it's just thinking about abiotic factor. It's just
Fucking slop, bro. I hate it.
look. More power to everybody who loves that game. I hope you play it because I don't want to have to.
We'll finish it next week, though.
Yeah, maybe. As long as everybody else is interested. I do really, really like getting games done, but there is no getting this game done anyway, to be honest. So if we just didn't play it until it was fully released and then played it then, that would be just as well, I guess. Because like,
Oh my god, I had to play it again though.
yeah, yeah. But like that's probably gonna be what
play-
happens, right? I don't know.
I gotta play Abiotic Factor with sailing. Great, dude.
Hmm.
All right, man. Well, I'm gonna lie down. Enjoy your fishing.
All right, man. See you later.
Don't get the pet though. Get the pet, I'll be angry. Okay.
No, I might.
You better fucking know.
No, I'm not gonna
I'll
do
talk to
any
you tomorrow.
polls.
Okay. Okay, for a minute. Catch you
Yeah.
later.
Later, man.
Peace.
But yeah, abiotic factor. Oh my god, dude. I'm not gonna do any of the pulls. Every time we leave, you'll see. I think it's on the left, or maybe it's on the right. There's like a blue. I don't know, a blue square guy with a number on it. It'll probably say like 120, something like that. That's how you would get the pet in this game. You don't get it. I don't think you get it during the game at all. So after we get, I don't know. I probably when we finish leveling fishing, to be honest, we'll actually go back and do all the pulls and we'll see if we get the pet. I think the odds of me getting the pet are like probably around 30%, something like that. I don't remember what the, like, we're literally just going to have, you know, like, I don't know, say 2,000 pulls or something like that. And if the pet's like 1 in 2K, right? That's, you know, pretty high odds. But I don't know what the actual numbers are like. It's probably lower than that. Actually, it might be higher. I know that people often get Temporos. This is one of the pretty common pets in the game. I lost a bet to somebody, actually. Somebody was doing Temporos, trying to get this pet. Like that was their goal. And I was like, you're not gonna get this pet before you get to 99. They're like, oh yeah? And I was like, yeah, I'll bet you a bond. They got it. So I paid them their money. They got me. That was one of the only things that actually happened off screen. Off stream, if you will. I definitely lost 14 mil. Whoops. Bad investment, but you know, some people are just luckier than I am. Actually, I don't know. Equally lucky to me, I suppose. It's probably fair. Beatrice is nice luck stat. I'm actually quite lucky in this game so far. I've gotten 3 pets that are all, I think, 1 in 3K. It's a pretty low odds, and the most earned of them is 1 in 670 or something like that. I got it pretty early on. Yeah, 674. I got the Vorkath pet. I don't know if I needed to leave yet. Seemed like I left a little early, but oh yeah, I certainly fucking did. Holy shit. But whatever, it's fine. So I got this Vorkath pet. I believe he's 1 in 3K. So a little bit better than 5 times, or a little worse than 5 times the rate, but pretty close. I got Seracnus in 59. I believe he's 1 in 3K. He might be 1 in 2K, but like pretty good odds. It's like 40-ish times ish. And then Scurious, I believe he's 1 in 3K as well. And I got him on 11 KC. So again, like 30 times ish. Wait, is that even right? 300 times ish? I didn't do Duke Suck that many times though. Where is he? 119 KC. He's also, I believe, 1 in 3K. I'm probably not gonna grind that out though. He's good money. If I need money, he's a good option, but I don't imagine that's gonna happen anytime soon. I think I have enough money. I don't have enough money right now, but when I finish Temporos, and if I do Slayer soon, I think I'll end up with enough money to do what I need to do. And then I'll just be like, I won't need money after the fact, really. Like after we finish maxing, I'm just I plan on leaving a bond on the account just to be bonded when there's new content and shit like that. But generally, money isn't going to be, you know, it's not something that I care about in this game. I don't really care about money in general as well. Like I just need enough. As long as I have enough, it's fine. And there is a little bit of that. There's a little bit of, you know, being prepared for when things go terribly, terribly wrong. But, oh, I shouldn't have done a full inventory here. Yeah, I gotta stop at like, I don't know, 20% is probably fine. I was supposed to keep stabbing, which means that he would be lower, which means that I would have more time to stab him. Or more time to put fish in this, really. It's fine. So what? It's 9. So we got like 3 hours. I'll probably get 300k or so. Hey, Unknown Queen. I should definitely have gone down there already. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stab him enough. Rate's good though. 98k so far. I've definitely been fucked here before. 2 more. 1 more. Oh my god. It was close. So I was watching this. Because if that meter gets full, I die. Basically. 171 pulls. And it's on the right side. So we did our dailies. So we're good there. I guess I can explain this minigame a little bit. I'm sure that you guys know, generally. Beatrice doesn't, but people who play RuneScape are pretty familiar. So if the storm intensity, this one, the white gauge, ever gets completely full, you die. And this is his health bar. Temporos' health bar, so we're trying to get that down to 0. And his energy basically is like whether he's dormant or not. That's what we're using the fish for. Our fish make his energy go down so we can attack his health directly, basically. But there are some times where his energy being full means that I would die. Which is what I was talking about a second ago. I wasn't talking about the storm getting full. I was talking about his energy, because if he stood up again, because he stopped being dormant, that would mean... No, so right here we have a 1. It's phase 1. At phase 4, basically, his storm intensity goes up so fast that you can't knock him down like I am doing now. So his storm intensity is going up really slowly right now because it's phase 1. And every phase it goes faster. So in phase 5 specifically, I think it is. Maybe it's phase 4, but whatever. There's no way for you to get it down fast enough. So his energy will be too high, even if you have a full inventory of fish loading the cannon. There's actually fun little tech you can do. But for what I'm trying to do, which is just get fishing experience, this number to go up, there's no reason for me to mess around too much with it. But if you load both these cannons up, you can down them instantly if you really want to. Mostly just for fun. Well, that and also for tickets, I guess. But not really. Oh, I should change the music. Actually, should I change the music? Yeah, because it'll finish playing the song, and then it'll switch to another song. Every time I died when I was doing prayer, it would reset the track, which is funny. And also tragic. Because it meant that we could only hear the one track over and over again, or just the, I don't know, 20 or so wilderness songs. This one's gonna leave too, isn't it? Yeah. I guess we could do shoutouts now if we want to. I do appreciate you guys for hanging out. We'll start with Unknown Queen, just because Unknown Queen's here most recently. Unknown Queen mostly plays Dead by Daylight, but has played a few other games as well. Dead by Daylight is getting a brand new killer as well, Kaneki Ken from Tokyo Ghoul, if you guys aren't aware. That's definitely exciting, is what I'll say. I've never seen Tokyo Ghoul. Somebody recommended it to me once, actually. But I never actually watched it myself, so I don't know too much about it. But I know that people love the show, so if you're excited for that, definitely watch Unknown Queen. Try them out. They play all kinds of different killers. And also survivors, I suppose. Speaking of survivors, one of their very favorite characters in that game is Leon S. Kennedy, Master Cop of Resident Evil 4 fame. And they have played through... sorry, I have to do this. They have played through, I think, all of Resident Evil 4 Remake now, which they were definitely very excited to do. They also have played Marvel Rivals. Yes, I saw them playing Marvel Rivals. I think I definitely saw them for my first time seeing them play, but I think they were playing Marvel Rivals for pretty close to the first time. With a few other people, I don't know any of the people they were playing with. But yeah, if you like Marvel Rivals too, I think they just recently got turned on to it. So definitely check them out for that too. Marvel Rivals is a good game. I wouldn't play it long term though. I think I love myself too much to, get into the ranked grind or anything like that. It's not good. It's not good. What is this? Nothing? Okay. All right. What else do we want to talk about? Oh, we can do some shout outs for the homies. We were just streaming with them. I think it's only fair. I typically shout them out when they're around, but since we just finished doing a collab with them, and their mental's a lot better than mine is, most of them are like going offline, unfortunately, but that's fine. We'll do a shout out for Lokrin, since I think he's still alive. He's going to be raiding out any second now. He is a variety streamer, interdimensional trash vampire. Very even-tempered, but also very excitable. Very high energy streamer, I would say. He's got hands now, fully 3D model. He can show off his little hand tech. He can wave at you and such. He likes to keep it a little sus over there. Very spicy, I would say. Plays a variety of games. I don't know what his main game solo is. I think he's trying to finish Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, but he's having a lot of trouble getting it to work on his computer at the moment. So it's a little bit on a hiatus at the moment. But other than that, I know he's been playing, or he has been known to play Marvel Rivals himself. He plays just about everyone in that game, actually. One of his goals was getting Knight on every character. But he plays an excellent Winter Soldier, Spider-Man. I don't know who his main is. I don't know if he has one, like, truly. I think he's rotated through too many different characters. But he's done Repo. He's played all kinds of different games. I need to stop this from making noises. Oh, yes, he was playing Stardew Valley as well for a little while. I think he was doing that in advance of playing that with us properly. He just finished playing through the BioShock remaster, I don't know if he's gonna play any more Bioshock games. I think he just played the first Spider-Man game, Spider-Man PS4, which is on Steam now. I think he just played the first one of those, and so there's 2 other Spider-Man games that he might play at some point as well. But yeah, he's definitely a variety streamer. Every Friday, every Friday he has a collab with Zephyrus, a good friend of his, and every Saturday he plays with the entire Decadent Rain crew cast, which is both Zephyrus, Lokrin, and also their partners, Apple and Kat. They all play. Actually, I don't know what they're playing at the moment together, but weekly they have a session going, just like our Abiotic Factor, which is Sundays. We play with the Pickle Pack, which is Lokrin, Cam, Delta, Savage, and I. We're playing Abiotic Factor for now, but we'll be playing something else pretty soon. I imagine it's going to be Stardew Valley, but it could be anything. I'm down for whatever. Like, really, there are no wrong answers as far as I can tell. Except for Terraria. I really would like to not play Terraria, I think. And we're not going to play Valheim again, obviously. Not until that game has its next major patch, its next major region, basically. As soon as it does get another region, though, we are absolutely coming back to that game. I fucking love Valheim. That game is fan-fucking-tastic. I really don't... I don't want to say I don't like being negative about games, because I actually don't mind being negative about games that I feel negatively towards, particularly Abiotic Factor, obviously. It's the one on my mind. But I'll be negative towards games that I love, too. Zomboid being a big one. I don't know if I should say that I love it, because the more I think about that game, the more I speak about it, especially negatively, the more my opinion of it does kind of sour. But it is really, truly a great game. It's just, there's not very much to do in that game, in my opinion. And like, in the same way that like Minecraft, if you ignore progression and achievements and like the Elder Dragon and stuff like that, like in theory, there is like, the only things to do in that game are like what you actually want to do, right? Like you have to like build things or whatever. And I just don't have that part in me where it's like, I want to make a beautiful thing or even like a functional thing. Like I really don't care about that stuff. Because to me, you know, even like a mob spawner or something like that, or a rail network, like those are only useful if you're playing the game, obviously. And I would be happy to make those kinds of things if I knew that people were going to use them, right? So if I was playing with a group of people and it's like, oh, we need, you know, an auto smelter, we need some source of experience for this or that, or, you know, for loot or whatever. Like, I get that. Yeah, sure. I wouldn't mind making something like that for them. But I wouldn't care to make it for me, right? Like, I don't care to have, you know, the land pockmarked with productions or whatever. Though it is very cool. I've seen all kinds of different servers, right? Minecraft servers for like streamers and whatnot, where they'll have just like the ground transformed, like fully terraformed into the horizon. Like you're worried about messing with other people's stuff because there's so much in the overworld that's just been like, you know, manufactured or even cultivated. It looks natural, but that's because they just designed it that way sometimes. Like, oh yeah, you can't use those trees. Those trees belong to that person for this reason or whatever. Yeah, I've never really been that deep into any of those spaces. I just play things through. Terraria, for that reason, ends up being a lot more my speed than Minecraft, just because it's a very boss-oriented game. You even kill some bosses multiple times to farm stuff, right? But yeah, I'm definitely the type that's like, oh yeah, I'll just do every boss once and be done. Which we've done with Wolf Lord Shuro. And actually, maybe not every boss, but we mostly did it with Katshiro Neko and their friend Aza. We played through basically all of Terraria, as far as I can tell, the base game. And then with Shuro, we played through the Calamity mod, which is honestly a lot more shine than I would ever give Terraria. Like, the game's fine, but I really am surprised that I played through Terraria twice in the 1 year. Well, it's going on 2, right? Right? I think I'm gonna be at a 2-year anniversary. 2 years streaming? That seems right. Because we're past 1 year. Yeah. Damn, that's crazy. 2 years streaming, huh? Holy shit. Do I need to look at this? No. Okay, cool. I've already looked at it, obviously, but just wanted to make sure it wasn't important for me to deal with in any way. Beatrice is 2 years when? This July. Literally July 1st is when I started streaming. I've always said, I've been saying this for a while now, that I don't really believe in New Year's resolutions, because I'm like, why do something in the future when you could just do it today? And I don't think that anything happened per se, but I was like, you know what? I have this VTuber model. I'm gonna actually go back to streaming. I started streaming way back. It was 2021 or something like that. And I did it for 2 weeks or so, and I got really discouraged at the time. And so I just gave up completely. And something, it came to my mind, and I was like, you know what? We're gonna try the stream thing again. And this time we're gonna like properly try it rather than just doing like a little something here and there or whatever. I did have a schedule technically, but I didn't have like a start timer and time or anything. I was like, oh yeah, I'll just stream like 3 times a week or whatever for like 3 hours a piece. And I was like, oh, you know what? We're going to stream way more this time. We're going to have a proper schedule that we're going to stick to very consistently. And the only thing that I didn't have is like, we're going to play this game on this day. We're going to play this game on that day, because I did that before, right? But what that meant for me, at least, as someone who was, starting from nothing with like nobody, like I didn't know anybody or nothing like that. Obviously Savage was around, but I was just streaming to, the ether, right? I just started up my stream and played a game. What I did was I was like, okay, we're going to play Apex on Monday. We're going to play League of Legends on Tuesday. We're going to play Final Fantasy 9 on Thursday, and we're going to play Bastion on Friday, something like that, right? Beatrice is, why are you going to do a 12-hour karaoke? No, I'm not doing anything at all for, what is happening? I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I think I'm going to stab this a couple times. Get it down to like 80% or so, and then go back here. Certainly not. No, I don't think I'm going to do karaoke ever again, to be honest. I've done it before, but I don't think we're ever going to do that again for a stream. No thanks. I don't like messing with copyright stuff. But yeah, the reason why I don't think that that's the thing that I would do if I were speaking to someone who wanted to be a potential streamer or something like that is because when you're starting out, right, you don't really have anyone that's gonna like be there per se, right? And that, while that's fine, I should probably finish doing this. While that's fine, when you're trying to get people to want to be around, the first thing that they're going to tune into for, in my opinion, is probably the game, probably categories first. And then after that, it's like your visual thing. That's the next thing that's going to catch their attention. And then the third thing is your voice, the way it sounds. And then the fourth thing is like what your personality is like. That's like roughly the order that people like discover you and determine if they like want to be around and stuff. Typically, so obviously there's many different circumstances that somebody could find you, right? Especially like with raids and whatnot. But if you're starting from nothing and you're not getting raided into, right? That's probably the order of events. And you can control a lot of that. You control the game that you play, how you look, and what your stream sounds like, right? And to some degree, you can kind of control your personality. But in my opinion, you're probably best off just like trying to be as much of yourself as you can, because it's going to be really exhausting. Not even like out of being genuine, to be honest. Like it's going to be really exhausting for you as a streamer to be anyone other than yourself for very long. Like it's really easy to burn yourself out if you have to like, even if you're like just an amplified version of yourself in some ways, it's just you're gonna burn out very fast, right? But like, it is what it is. Like sometimes you want like big number or whatever, and the best way to get big numbers is to be, like the big streamers, probably. You got to be probably different from them in some ways, or at least not live when they are, but you get the idea. Anyways, I digress. So I would move away from the idea of playing, you know, X game on Monday, Y game on Tuesday, Z game on Thursday, right? Because what that does is it makes it so that the people that are interested in seeing your stuff when they first encounter you, the next time they see you, you're not playing the stuff that they want to see you play, right? So they may still tune in, but they might not as well, right? So it'd be easier, in my opinion, to start with like maybe not just one game, right? But like maybe 2 games or something like that. Probably not too many more than that though. Just because even if they are a big fan of yours, it's like, oh well yeah, but I like RuneScape. I don't care about, you know, Hello Kitty Island Adventure, and those are just 2 very different games, right? You're just gonna pull different kinds of people and stuff like that as well, right? So in my opinion, starting with 1 game makes a lot more sense, especially if it's a game that you're going to play long term. It makes a ton of sense. And playing RuneScape has been huge, obviously, for the channel. Maybe not just exclusively playing RuneScape, but just, you know, continuing to do the stream thing. But I do think that there was a noticeable uptick from my perspective from when I was playing, you know, consistently, you know, various other games to when I like switched to just RuneScape mostly. And I think right now we have a decent mix of like weekend collabs and generally, you know, the same game throughout the week, which is, I think, a fine way of doing it as well. It does depend though, in a lot of ways. I think the most important thing, even besides the game thing, is like the schedule thing though, because even if you do have someone who like loves to see you, like, you know, I'm your biggest fan, I'm going to be in every single one of your streams. When are you going to stream? And it's like, oh, well, I just stream when I feel like it. So, you know, it'll only ever be, you know, after 5 or 6 p.m. because, you know, I work and, you know, I have to, you know, pay the bills, whatever. That makes sense. But if it's like super duper inconsistent, like, what do you even tell them? Like, I'm your biggest fan. When can I see you? And it's like, you just have to be following me and, you know, there isn't a really good way to get notifications, right? So like join my Discord so when I ping and hopefully I remember to do that, or I set up the integration. You know what I mean? Like it's not the best look, even if you do have someone who like truly wants to be there every single day that they can. It's just, that's what I do. I mean, yeah, it's fine. And if you have notifications, right? Like if you can post Discord stuff. The biggest problem is actually with regards to like Twitch specifically, like there's just no way for me, like me right now, there is no way for me to know when someone goes live unless I am just like in their Discord or something like that. As a streamer though, like being that I am a streamer, I usually just have Twitch open. When I'm available to be in someone's stream, I usually just have Twitch open so I can just see who is live and when they go live, right? But outside of that, like for Twitch by itself, there is literally no way for me to know that someone is live if I would otherwise be interested. Like if I'm watching a movie, so I don't have Twitch open or whatever, and somebody goes live that I'm willing to like put the movie on pause to watch them, there's just no way for Twitch to have that happen except through Discord. And I'm in a lot of Discords now, so even that doesn't like super duper work, because I don't have notifications on for any server except my own, just because that's too much. I used to, but I can't. I don't have enough spoons for that. I'm running out. My bandwidth doesn't go that deep anymore. Not that I wouldn't want to hang out with the boys and all that. It's just I can only do so much. And I really should be sleeping more than anything else. Like as much as hanging out is cool and all, like sleeping is a big part of looking after myself in some way, especially more than I should be. Beatrice has turned on notifications for my Discord server for 3 minutes. Right, sure. Sure, say less. Notifications, all messages. There you go. Say less. Say less, Beatrice. I'm not gonna leave it on though. For 3 minutes though. You got no problems. So how are you doing, Beatrice? Are you doing more TCG Card Shop Simulator? Have you progressed too much in that game? Did it definitely seem like a game that you would like a lot? Beatrice's worth. It's crazy. Oh, I was doing more shout outs as well. So I only shouted out Lokrin, but there's many other people in the pickle pack. I played that earlier today. Now I'm just doom scrolling. I see. Hey, what's up, smug little bug? I hope you're doing well. That's another one of the homies. Good friend of the stream. Well, I don't know. Maybe that's presumptuous of me. I really enjoy his content. I don't know if I would go so far as to say that we're good friends. Like, I've spoken to him like one time synchronously, technically, but I really like his stream, so I would like to be good friends. I would like to consider him a good friend of mine because I love his content very much, which is not exactly the same thing. Parasocially, we're good friends. You know what I'm saying? I am super aware of his existence, and I would like to. He said that if I win the lottery, the monthly lottery, by donating a bunch of money, then we get to have a sleepover. Bug says, yeah, I'm doing sick nasty right now. How are you? And thank you. Oh my God. I can't wait. I can't wait to be the sleepover contender. He said it was a scam, but I think that was a trick. I think it was a double bluff, because that way other people will not try to win the lottery. And if you give him enough money, I'm pretty sure the sleepover will happen. And he said that he will only take one of my kidneys, right? So I get to keep the other one. Bugs is only one sleeping bag, by the way. That's fine. I can handle one sleeping bag. I can deal with that. Smug little bug. I like fully did his shout out, so I might as well do the shout out first. He's a variety streamer. I think he's on day 453 now, which is funny. Every time I mention how many streams he's done every single day, obviously the number changes, but there's like a noticeable lag between when I say and what his actual stream is. Like, I was on day 400 for like 30 days straight or something. It's fucked up. Like, I'm really bad. I'm really bad at keeping up with it. I'm there most of the time though. I'd say the main game that he's playing right now is the Yakuza pirate game. But he plays all kinds of different games, and he plays them for exactly as long as they hold his interest, which is the correct way to play games, I would say, especially, you know, privately. But he's been playing Death Stranding. He's been playing Metal Gear Solid, The Phantom Pain. He loves Muse Stash quite a bit, actually. He plays that game very regularly, especially in between games if he doesn't know what's going on. And he's a big fan of not just indie games, but any game that's showing up in this Steam's Next Fest. Hustle was the big winner last time, so look forward to Hustle. When that game fully releases, it's definitely going to be on his stream. No doubt in my mind about that. He's been playing a little bit of Marvel Rivals here and there, now and then, something like that. And speaking of Marvel Rivals, he very frequently does some collabs with some good friends. I've never seen you play Repo, actually. What do you think of Repo, Smug Little Bug? I'm sure that game is like, oh, there it is. Repo's on your list. So I would love to know what you think about it. Oh yeah, Batman Arkham Knight. I saw him play that for a while as well. All kinds of different games. God damn. Oh yeah, and you just finished Deus Ex Mankind Divided. So don't go to his stream if you want to see that, because he's probably fully done with that game. Bug says, I played it today? You played Repo literally today? God damn, it's lots of fun. Fantastic, dude. Fantastic. Glad to hear it. I don't really think it's my speed, because it's very Lethal Company feeling to me. I think in some ways it's better, from what I've heard. My problems with Lethal Company are like very specific, and I think that Repo handles things a bit differently. Bug likes it, Repo better than Lethal Company. Good, because like being that game has, you know, really caught the cultural zeitgeist. It's a very much like one of the bigger games on Twitch right now, like in the streaming space. I think it does, by virtue of that, need to be better than Lethal Company, because like, why would we be playing that instead of Lethal Company, which has already had its time in the limelight, right? I get that it's new, right? But like, that's not enough, in my opinion, at all for people to play it. But it does seem very exciting, and I definitely do think that people can play that extremely well. I think that I'm not necessarily the best person to be playing a game like that, though, because I think that just like the kind of personality that I have, it doesn't suit itself to that. Whereas Bug is a very conversational, very, I would say, charismatic, charming even person. I feel like he speaks to microphone extremely well, but he also deals with other people extremely well. I think that he is able to occupy a room in a way that he has a presence without being overbearing, and is also very engaging. A lot of that comes from, I imagine, his experience in just social situations in general, but particularly he used to do a lot of interviews, I've heard. So I bet a lot of his interview skills have been flexed and also sharpened or whatever to deal with other people. And that also comes across very well on his stream in general. I feel like he's very good at speaking to someone in a way that he might be incredulous, but he's not dismissive. I feel like he's able to take people, maybe not seriously is quite the answer, but you get what I'm saying. He can dismantle a situation in a way that I think is very elegant and very powerful. Whereas I'm like, I usually tend to meet people where they are, which is to say, if somebody's got like a very argumentative perspective, I'm probably, well, actually, even if they're not argumentative, I'm probably going to argue with them. That's just the kind of person that I am, and it's a real problem for me sometimes. But like, if you want to like figure out some shit, like if you want to debate something, I might be your fucking guy, to be honest. I can kind of go hard on that shit. Buck says, damn, you really know how to talk a guy up. I feel like I could run for president now. Look, it's easy to talk about people that I am a big fan of, is what I'll say. It's very easy to talk about them. And by virtue of that, I think that one of the things that I can do on this stream more than anything else is express how much I am a fan of some people. And I really do like when people that I am a fan of come around and I can talk about them, because I do want to share that spotlight in whatever way that I can. I have a lot of mental things that are probably not good that I should probably talk to people about, professionals. But one thing that helps with that is, you know, spreading the love and being genuine. Both of those things help me a lot. Speaking of spreading the love and being genuine, though, and also talking about someone who I'm a fan of, the homie Delta, I was just playing a Bionic Factor with him, and he's literally the reason why we could actually get anywhere in that game, to be honest. Fox says, hey, a little off topic. How do you feel about Inzoi? I don't know anything about it other than it's got anime girl, like VR anime girl or whatever. Like, I don't know anything else about it. The most that I've heard about that game, I've actually heard from you specifically on one of your streams. I think Kiara streamed it once, and maybe Callie streamed it once of HoloLive, but I don't know anything else about it. It's literally the sum of my knowledge. But yeah, Delta, he's a variety streamer, mostly known for Call of Duty as far as I'm concerned, but he's a very, very avid rhythm gamer as well. But he plays all kinds of different things. Schedule 1, it might be his main game. I would say that because when he's playing with the homies, right, and he plays with the homies quite consistently, that's what they're trying to get through at the moment. But his friend group plays games very fleetingly, and also they play through them very fast as well. But yeah, he's very, very commonly streaming with the same circle. And if you like environments where there's a pretty high energy, a little high chaos, then his collaborative streams are definitely a great place for you. But he himself is actually a very chill, he's a Call of Duty gamer, so he's got a little bit of gamer range in him, but he tends to play games very downbeat and very concentrated, very focused, and gets through things very efficiently. He's also playing a lot of Monster Hunter Wilds. I would say, other than Schedule 1, which is his collab game, I would say Monster Hunter Wilds is his main like solo game. But he plays all kinds of different games. Truly, truly, you never know what you're going to get from him, except to say that he's going to play through it, and he might even complete it. He says that he's not a completionist, but I've seen him complete probably like 4 or 5 different games in like the last year or so that I've known him. And he's like, oh no, I just complete games that I really truly respect. And I'm like, yeah, but that's like fucking everything, dog. But I would say his favorite game that he might not mention to you is probably Grounded. He's got a lot of love for that game in particular, but he loves many, many different games as well. And he also joins us not just Sunday with the pickle pack, but also Saturday. For now, it's going to be Party Animals is what we're going to do. At least one more Party Animals stream, which is fine. Party Animals is a fine game. I don't know if I'm going to play it forever, but once a week is, for now, it's okay. But even Zomboid got pretty old once a week, so I don't want to say forever. Definitely not forever, but one more time for sure. Anything else I want to tell you about Delta? No, I think I got it. He's probably the best FPS player that I know of. If not him, then Cat. One of them two are definitely the best FPS players that I know of. He's definitely the best rhythm gamer by far. But I also don't know very many rhythm gamers, to be fair. It's a little bit outside of my familiarity. All right, so we do this one, and then we step away, and then we do it again. We have a very refined sequence at this point. Let's do the Undrafted. Another friend of the stream, longtime friend. We've known the Undrafted for an entire year, I think, at this point. We met him, I think, around this time last year. He's a big fan of Fallout. He plays all the Fallout games, except for the side games, if you will. Fallout 1, 2, 3, New Vegas, and 4. New Vegas doesn't count as a side game, I guess. He's just finished beating the second game, I think. I think he just finished beating the second game, but he might still be playing the second game. He played the first and second games for the first time recently, and then played through the entire first game again about a week ago in one stream, just one sitting, excuse me. I imagine that's because it's only like 4-ish hours long if you know what you're doing, and there is like a hard time limit in that game as well, but you can experience a lot more game than that, I think, within that time limit. But I wouldn't super know because I haven't played the first 2 games. I'm not that deep in the Fallout fandom, I'm gonna be honest. I've only experienced 3, 4 in New Vegas, and not in that order as well. We actually played Fallout New Vegas on this stream. We played Fallout 4 just before though, so we probably won't do that one. Thank you for toggling my hat. So we're probably not gonna play Fallout 4 on stream, to be honest. Savage and I literally played through it just before we started streaming, and by we I mean me mostly, but we stream a lot together, I guess, so we is fine too. But we will play through Fallout 3 before too long, after RuneScape, obviously, but it's one of the first games that we're going to do with Savage after RuneScape is done. Beatrice says, did you watch the Fallout TV show? I did not. Savage did, though. And I think he had an overall thumbs up from it. But I did not see it, no. I don't really watch television shows. I haven't in a long time, or even like streaming things or whatever. I do YouTube. I do YouTube and I do Twitch. Beatrice thinks it's pretty good. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have a problem with like it. I don't know if I would like watch. I certainly am not going to watch it on my own time, but Mondays we watch like serialized programming, so like TV shows basically. I mostly just host anime, but Savage made me watch Breaking Bad, and we're watching Doctor Who right now. We're nearly finished with David Tennant, which is when we're gonna stop watching the show. We're gonna watch the last episode with David Tennant and then never watch Doctor Who again, I think. But we've watched all kinds of different like anime and stuff as well. Samurai Jack as well. So there's no telling what we're gonna watch on Mondays. On Thursdays we have movie night. We just watched The Presence and something else. The first Sonic movie. Last week we watched the first Sonic movie, and the week prior we watched The Presence, which is a horror movie shot from the perspective of the ghost that is haunting this family. Beatrice says love David Tennant. I don't love David Tennant. He's a great doctor. He's done a great job. I like the original doctor that we had better, which is the one just before David Tennant. I liked him better. He felt more doctory to me. He was my first doctor as well, obviously, but he feels to me like he gets the doctor, he nails the doctor better. David Tennant feels a different kind of doctor, like a sillier doctor, which is like, it makes sense, right? They're all different actors and they kind of do their own thing with it as well. But if Beatrice says, bro, he's hot as fuck, especially with the glasses. I'm glad that you like him, but I'm okay. I'm okay on David Tennant. He's not like bad or anything, but he doesn't do it for me. Not at all. Beatrice is Christopher Eccleston. Yeah, I liked him too, to be honest. I was sad he only got one season. Yeah, no, he only got one season because they decided he was only going to get one season. As I understand it, he would have absolutely done another season of The Doctor, but he didn't get one, which is really unfortunate. I think he did a fantastic job. Like, to me, when I think of The Doctor, I might not think of him first, but when I think of what makes the Doctor, I'm going to be describing whatever his name is. If I fully believe that you're talking about the right guy. I just don't know what his name. I see the opening credits every single episode, and yet I didn't commit his name to memory. I did commit David Tennant's name to memory because now I know that there's a different Doctor, if you will. I knew that they were going to switch doctors, I guess, but it just didn't occur to me to memorize his name beforehand. Just didn't work out. But yeah, I don't know, man. I hope I like the rest of Doctor Who, I guess. That's what I hope. I like the Weeping Angels episode a lot. Holy shit, that was fantastic. Did I need to say anything about else about the Undrafted? Oh, he's also got a podcast on YouTube. Let's say that. And should always mention the podcast. Plug the podcast. It's an important part of his stuff, what he does. Oh, he's a variety streamer. I basically described him as if he just plays Fallout. Oh, you know. I did my best. So we did Loke, Delta, Cam. So that's everyone. Nice. I'm gonna do shit out for anybody else who shows up. I didn't do a very good job reading chat today. I was like paying attention to it, but I didn't like read it out or anything. So probably could have done a little bit better there. Oh my gosh. Getting absolutely twisted there. Beatrice is hard to read during collabs. Definitely read out. I hear that. I don't think reading it out is maybe the right answer. It kind of depends on what you've got going on in the room. I think if you have a collab going on and you have the air, it's okay to read the chat out to the room so that everyone can comment on it, especially since we're doing a shared chat anyway. But Loke likes to engage with the chat more than everyone else does, it seems like. And in some ways, his chat is also the most active anyway. So I mostly don't want to read out stuff that he's interacting with. And I also don't super want to respond to stuff that he's responding to. Because a lot of the time he'll mute his mic to like speak to just his chat. And if I say the same thing that he just said, which has happened for Savage and I as well, right? It's like weird, you know what I mean? Especially from the perspective of the chat. Obviously, it's like I say something to you and somebody else says exactly the same thing that I just said. It's like, what just happened? And it's because I muted myself so that my collab partner couldn't hear me, right? Which isn't like, again, the end of the world or anything, but I think that you can make the experience better. I think the idea is, obviously, if you're talking about a stream and you want to make the stream experience as good as possible for viewers. And I think the way that I can do that to enable Lokren is to just like let him do what he's doing. And then if there's something that seems like it's pertinent for everyone, I respond to that without reading it out. Maybe, but I'm not sure. I'm still not sure how to do collabs, to be honest. I've been doing them much more, but I still don't know myself. I know that I like not doing shoutouts. I like not doing shoutouts. I've seen some ways that shoutouts can work. There's a few different ways that it can happen. What Oz does, Ozpinarch, is he'll do shoutouts hot mic'd for everyone in the collab space, particularly in between games of like repo and stuff like that, because he basically just takes his stream to the collab, right? So everybody who gets shoutouts from him normally, as well as everybody else he knows is a streamer in anybody else's shared chat, he'll just do it for everyone, which is perfectly fine if you have like, you know, the like captain type stream situation where like Oz is like kind of the shout out guy. I don't know that I would be that, and I don't know that I could do that with like any level of, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I could do that to satisfaction or whatever. Mostly because when I'm like, if I'm doing a stream with Lokrin in particular, right? He's got like his own people in a big way, and I just don't know most of them that well, or most of their streams that well. And most of them don't come around here, obviously, which is kind of like the same thing, right? I would know them better if they were around more because I would see them more and I would get a better idea. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a self-fulfilling thing in some way. But nonetheless, my point being, I don't know them that well, so I don't really want to do the shout out for them as if like I know them that well, if that makes sense. And that's like fine, obviously. I can't know everybody, right? But I would love for my shout outs to be as enthusiastic as they always are when I do them, just for people, rather than feeling like I'm doing them for, you know, somebody else in the collab, right? It doesn't quite feel the same. It doesn't resonate the same way for me. And so I don't think that that what Oz does works for me, but I've seen other people, they'll like mute to do the shout out, and sometimes they'll deafen as well because people will be talking about stuff. That's probably fine, to be honest, but it really depends. Usually in a collab, especially like Abiotic Factor, so much is happening in real time. Like, I really can't be away from the game, like muting and stuff for that long, especially when people are like, you know, following me to get through the area, like trying to figure out where we're trying to go and shit like that. I feel like I really do want to be like actively there all the time. I didn't stab on phase 2 at all. That's wrong. That's okay. We just need to stop at like 16. So I don't know. It kind of just depends. It kind of just depends, really, ultimately. Not doing the shoutouts at all, I think I'm also fine with. I do a lot of shoutouts, and everybody, you know, who comes here a lot knows that I do shoutouts very, very frequently. And if I just don't do them when other people are around, I think that makes sense. And I think that people will understand that. I don't think that anybody's going to be upset about that anyway. But as far as like being a part of the chat, if you will, like engaging with the stream chat, I feel like I could probably do better. And I'm not sure what form I would want that to be quite yet. Beatrice is, where the heck is my shout out? You literally asked me to not do shout outs anymore. You explicitly and directly said, hey, can you not? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? I certainly can, though. I've only had 2 people so far say not to shout them out, I think. It's you and Apple Pie Kitten. I have gotten, like, not quite mixed messages, but it felt mixed messaging before. Strava. I don't know, maybe I just misunderstood him one time, but I felt like he didn't want shoutouts, and then he was like, what? No, I never said that. And I was like, oh, Okay. For some reason I thought you didn't, but okay. Is it just him? Maybe just him. But yeah, I've gotten mixed messaging a little bit before, but it seems like most people are just fine with it. Oh, and also Savage has said that I do shoutouts maybe too much, and especially for the same people over and over again. But I don't know. I don't feel that way personally. I don't know. Obviously, no one's complained about me doing too many shoutouts yet, but I think that most people aren't going to complain about that. They're just going to be annoyed by it. But like, I don't know if I care about that, to be honest, because the thing that like I don't like love doing shoutouts, but I do enjoy doing them for sure. And the more passionate I am about a shout out, the better the shout out is. And the more that I do the shout outs, the more I flex my familiarity with someone. Like I can remember them better. So it's like really truly helpful for me for like knowing who people are and what they're doing and how frequently I've been keeping up with them. It's like it does a lot for me as far as like the social bonds go. And I really do like the opportunity to talk about someone whose stuff I like a lot. And I try not to talk about people, like other people's streams all the time as well. Because that, I mean, it's not like a problem necessarily, but that has happened where it's like I was talking about other people's streams too much, I think. So I think it does benefit me to have a reason to talk about them when I am talking about them, and then I just don't try to talk about them too much other than that, unless it's like super pertinent in some way. But yeah, I think mostly we just vibe. No, it's been way longer than 3 minutes. You can turn off the notifications now. I mean, I do have some notifications on. If you want me to see something ever, you can tag me. And in fact, you should tag me. Anywhere except for my server, you should tag me if you want me to see something. And I will definitely see it 100%. Oh, and DMs are always open as well for various different reasons. Mostly I keep my DMs open because I try to spot bots for servers, to be honest, like bots and like GFX artists, which are usually bots. Almost always bots, to be honest. I guess sometimes I've encountered real people, but probably not. And even if they are real people, they're probably just selling fucking AI art because that's the way it goes. But yeah, I really don't like cold calling, you know, cold DMing, if you will, using a streamer's server as a way to market your shit. I hate that. Like self-promo channels, that's fine. Do what you want to do. That's perfectly fine. But like going into someone's DM through a mutual server, like that is really, really, really shitty to me. And like I very much don't want that to happen in my server, and I don't like it in other people's servers either. So I absolutely tattle on those motherfuckers. As soon as you DM me as a bot or what have you, I'm like, nah, dog, this person's a fucking scammer. Well, I mean, they're not always. They usually are bots, though, to be honest, but. And I do definitely just assume if I get a message from someone, I'll talk to them to the point where they say, hey, I'm trying to sell you GFX. And then I'm like, yo, this person's a fucking GFX artist. And then it's up to the streamer or whatever, the Discord owner. If they want to keep them because they don't care about that shit, that's fine. I'm probably going to leave the Discord server actually immediately after that. It's like, oh, you're going to keep people that DM people randomly in order to sell GFX? Okay, I'm out then. Deuces. That hasn't ever happened so far. Usually when I tell people about it, they're like, oh, get that motherfucker out instantly. There is one bigger server that I'm in, where rather than doing very much about it, usually what will happen is they'll just say like report them to Discord, and I'm like, I don't know if you can report someone to Discord for marketing through DMs. I don't think so. That seems like kind of shady to me, and I'm certainly not willing to get in trouble myself for reporting someone for something that isn't reportable. Yeah, so like I don't do that. I've been considering just leaving that server for exactly that reason, really, because I just don't really need to be in it anyway. Like it's like I'm a big fan of the guy's stuff, but like I don't use his server. I'm not part of his community or whatever, right? So I'm probably gonna leave that server, honestly, because I've been using it less and less and less, and I barely used it before anyway. So seems like it's probably gone. Like as I'm speaking about it now, I'm like, I probably am going to leave that server literally later today. I'm not leaving it literally this moment, but that's just because I'm kind of busy at the moment. But yeah, I don't think that I need to be there. And obviously I didn't speak to him, like the person who's making this stuff, too much about it, but it seems like his official policy, as at least as communicated by his mods, is like, yeah, you're supposed to report those people to Discord. And I'm like, I don't even think that's true. But I'm also not gonna like talk to them about it, like, because they don't know who I am. I'm just a fucking random person, you know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to solve shit with them or anything. It's that every other person whose server I'm in or whatever that I contact for that kind of stuff, I like know the Discord owner, you know what I mean? I know the streamer, and I'm like, yeah, hey, this is the situation. So I would like actually talk to them about it, but them, I'm literally just a fan in the sea of fans or whatever. So like there's really no reason for me to be like talking to them about stuff, or even more to the point, like drawing attention to myself in any way. Like I don't, even if I am trying to help, like I don't need to be there, you know what I mean? It's fine, they'll be fine without me. And that's kind of what it boils down to. It's like I don't know that I'm even doing anything for them. I think I'm mostly just getting fucking random fishing DMs, and they're all almost coming through exclusively that one server too. Like of the, it's probably, I could check how many people I have blocked. That would kind of tell me, but I would guess it's something like 50, maybe 50 people. And of them, I would say like 35, maybe 40 of them all came from that one server, because it's the biggest server that I'm in by far. Which is also another thing where it's like, why am I even in a server this big if I'm not even like part of the community? You know what I mean? Like no one there knows who I am. No one there gives a shit, you know? Which is like fine. Like I don't have a presence. Like why would they give a shit? You know what I'm saying? It is interesting though to me to like the idea of like becoming known in a space, because that does happen over time naturally, right? Eventually you will be known in a community if you continue to, you know, just be around and say things. Eventually people will be aware of you and also who kind of like what you're like and stuff like that. And I think that, I mean, obviously that makes sense, but also like I think it's not even like a problem to like aim for that, depending on what it is that you're trying to do and all that. I mentioned the same thing as much to Kolya, right? Kolya was interested in being a translator, right? And translating things like media and like games and stuff, right? And to me, the way that you do that, if you're interested in trying to translate something as a fan, especially if you are like trying to help a game have an official translation, right? For example, The way that you do that is like you build up your reputation in the community of that game and also in the translation space in general, right? Like just work on projects that you can find, because if people know who you are and know that that's a thing that you do, then they will be much more receptive to it, as opposed to like if I made a video game, right? If I released a video game and I got an email from someone, right? Someone who I've never heard of before, they just sent me a random email that has like, I don't know, a spreadsheet of all of the dialogue in my game translated for me. I'm gonna assume that this is some kind of a scam. Like, I don't know how it's a scam. Like, it's got a fucking spyware in it or some shit. Somehow it's a scam, right? But similarly, if I release a game, or let's talk about the stream, right? Let's say someone is like a super fan of the stream. Kolya, for example. I see Kolya all the time, right? If Kolya was like, hey, I love your stream, I'm going to go through all of your VODs and I'm going to give you German subtitles for all of your VODs. I would be like, don't do that, because that is an extreme amount of effort, and it's like that, that like I cannot abide by you putting that much time into my shit, right? Like that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to do something like that. Like no one person has the man hours to do something like that. That's fucking crazy. It's crazy to do that. But if Kolya wanted to do that, I would know that it would be trustworthy. I could trust them to do that and it would just be fine, right? Like I would probably like keep an eye out on it or whatever, but like it would be fine for that to happen. Like I wouldn't have an issue with it for like the quality of the work, right? I wouldn't be concerned about that, or them like, getting me in some kind of weirdo situation or what have you by virtue of that. Not because I like know Kolya super duper extra well, like we go back way back, but I'm like pretty sure Kolya's not gonna be a problem for me when it comes to like doing that kind of a thing. Whoa, 2%. Excuse me. Oh my god. Please kill this guy. There we go. Gotta wait for the experience drop. A little bit of a time loss there. But yeah, I've always wanted to make a video game. I might one day, to be honest. I think I'm not interested in the gaming part of it, like the game part of it yet. I think I would rather work on other things that could be related to it for now. Mostly like art. I think art is something that I would want to tackle before the game part, if that makes sense. I think I want to, I don't know if it's going to be like my next thing, but I think obviously my main project for my life was the stream, right? Is the stream, I guess, technically. It's still ongoing. But I planned on doing the stream for 18 months, and we're now 20 months deep, 21 months deep, something like that. So, I really kind of like just blew past that end point and I'm just still streaming. So I don't really have like I don't have like a plan exactly anymore. I was like, we kind of ran out of plan. But another project that would be nice long term, I think, is like an art one or a game development one or something like that. I think I would like to do something like that, and that could be part of the stream as well. It doesn't have to be independent of the stream. In fact, when it comes to art specifically, I would very much like for it to be a stream thing. I would like to go from being not an artist to an artist through the stream. I think that would be very cool, because I've always liked art. I've never been very good at it or anything like that, but I've always liked it, and I would like to get better at it. And I think that the way that I like to stream things, right? The way that I like to capture everything that is in a game really lends itself to like artistic development in exactly the same way, where it's like, listen. I was terrible at art. I was. But now I am much less terrible. And you can see and would agree that I am much, much less terrible. And you can see like in a mega time lapse, right? Over several 100,000 hours or whatever, right? You can see me getting better at it. if you look, if you just watch, if you just, and I think that capturing it all on stream is a very, very compelling way to tell that story, as opposed to just seeing an artist get better through their art streams. You know, well, most artists don't start out bad on stream as well, right? Most of them who are like not as good or don't feel confident about their art don't stream, right? So starting as a very bad artist, I think, really is a more compelling way to do it. But I also don't know that there would necessarily be the interest. But, you know, I would be just chatting still, obviously. We would be like just hanging out. Beatrice says I'd watch a Panda art stream. Yeah, but would you watch like Loki 1,000 of them? Maybe a few thousand of them? Because, like, let's say art is just like learning a new language or whatever. Like, it's gonna take me 5,000 hours to be worth a shit, right? Which is, if the stream's 7 hours a day, right? Like maybe 50 hours a week, right? That's like 100 weeks. Beatrice says you're playing RuneScape and I still watch. It's true. It's true. You don't necessarily care about RuneScape. That's fair. That's fair. You understand though. And like maybe starting with RuneScape is actually a great way to do it, because like people who are interested in RuneScape are watching, but also people who are just like vibing out are certainly here as well presently, right? So that's real. That makes sense. So yeah, no, that makes sense. And obviously you're a little bit different as well, because we're just regular friends too. So like there's a little bit of not like a difference in that way, but you get what I'm saying. Like hanging out with your friends is different. Like I'll watch anybody that I'm friends with do just about fucking anything, right? I don't really care what the stream is, as long as they're not playing a game that I don't want to have spoiled for myself. I'll watch anything that they're playing, right? That's like literally my only rule when it comes to like watching one of the homies play a game. Like literally, it's like, is it a game that I want to experience for myself, completely sight unseen, like Elden Ring and even Monster Hunter Wilds to some degree, like, because in those cases, it's like, yeah, I really truly don't want to watch this, right? But other than that, it's like, yeah, no, I don't give a fuck. I'm here to fucking hang out. Like, I don't care what you're playing. I fully might not even be watching the screen, to be honest. I'm listening to what you're saying and engaging in the chat mostly, usually. Like what happens on the stream itself is like, yeah, sure, whatever. I don't really care necessarily. But yeah, I don't know. Art could definitely be one of the things. Another thing, similar, very similar, but closer to RuneScape than it is to the art thing, is Final Fantasy 11. Beatrice says I'm literally shopping online right now. Yeah, makes sense. Beatrice has too much money. You heard it here first. But another thing that I have an interest in is Elian and also Nia really like Final Fantasy 11, right? Specifically. If Final Fantasy 11 doesn't have very much to do with RuneScape, but it is of the same era of MMO gaming as RuneScape is. And it is one of the only MMOs of that era that is still in existence today, in addition to RuneScape, in addition to WoW, right? And retail WoW is very, very different now than it was in vanilla. I've played vanilla WoW. I haven't played retail WoW, but I have played vanilla WoW, and I know it's very, very different than retail. And old school RuneScape, similarly, is very, very different to RuneScape 3, which was what the game was back in 2003, right? Or 2004, whatever RS2 released, right? So both of those games, WoW and RuneScape, are very different now than they were. Old school RuneScape obviously is very, very similar to how it was in the past, but it's still notably different. I imagine that Final Fantasy 11 is also significantly different than its like initial launch version, but I think it is much more true to its original self as well. I'm not sure. I'd have to ask Elian what he thinks about Final Fantasy 11 now to then. But it would be very interesting, in my opinion, to have someone who has absolutely zero experience with Final Fantasy XI playing it from the very beginning all the way through, all the way to the end. Because this kind of experience, this like MMO, like documentary, if you want to call it that, I think is already fairly unique. Most people do not play, you know, RuneScape to the point that they max, and if they do play it to the point that they max, they certainly don't stream it, and if they do stream it, they don't stream all of it, and I'm doing all of those things, and I think that's fairly unique and notable and significant. Hey Saki, what's up, dude? I hope you're okay. I hope you're doing well. And I really think that it's special to do that, and I would like to recreate that in some way, but I don't know if I need to do that especially so soon after RuneScape, and if I want to do it specifically with Final Fantasy XI. The biggest problem with Final Fantasy XI is that I would really be leaning on Elian and, you know, his friends who play Final Fantasy XI, because I don't know anything about that game, and I would need help, right? And you can't play that game solo, I don't think, at all. You can do some stuff solo, I think, but you can't play the whole game solo, and I don't really like starting a game and then like kind of like not finishing it as well. So I'm like really like taking a leap of faith in that way. I don't think that we break this. I think we literally 2% again. But yeah, so that was phase 4. So the start of phase 4, you see it's going up, it's going up, it's going up, and now we lose. We didn't have time to get, well, we might have had time to get one more fish, to be honest, but I don't think that we had time to launch all of the fish, which is very unfortunate. Maybe you could have. If I got one more fish instantly and launched it instantly, maybe it would have been fine, but I don't think so. But yeah, that's why we stab it at phase 2, so we do a little bit of damage. We take him from 100% down to like 90 or 80 or whatever. Really, obviously in that case, we just needed a 1% more. Literally 1% more would have been enough, but you know, sucks to suck, I guess. And that's what I'm doing. I'm sucking. I'm still sucking. Saku says, considering wanted to play a stall team this time. Oh, interesting. And how did that go? I really thought that this was going to change, but it certainly didn't. Saku Kanpaku, friend of the stream. Saku says that Billy drummed Polyrath, ate an anti-paralysis berry, and one-shot every Pokemon he had. Oh, so the stall did not, it was not stalling. His stall was not stalwart. He is a soul mage VTuber who worships frog, but he is not himself a frog. He was playing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet for the very first time. He's very much towards the end game at this point, but he is still in his first playthrough of a Pokemon game. Saku says it was definitely not stalling. Yeah, no, I wouldn't say so. But he plays a wide variety of games. He's got Pokemon on Sunday, Satisfactory on Sunday as well. He was here way early on in the day, from 9 a.m. to like 4 p.m. ish. We just finished getting the final thing sorted for nuclear energy. So I think we're going to have a big team effort soon on making the nuclear energy happen. And what my plan is, basically whatever Saku needs, I'm going to make that happen. That's the plan. He's going to be, you know, lead engineer. Ooh, I think I did too many of those. I sure did. Okay, we're going to do stab. We're going to do a stab. Saku says, currently what I need is control rods. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. Starting with a control rod seems like a good plan for a nuclear reactor. But those are just the games that he plays on Sunday. He also plays Disgaea on Thursday, and he plays Power World on Tuesday. Power World is a collab featuring Beatrice Gambit. Yes, Beatrice Gambit, the one in the chat right here, right now. Wow. And also Chuzzy Wuzzy and Blight Empire, a couple friends of theirs. And on Thursday, he plays Disgaea, which is a tactical RPG It's very Final Fantasy Tactics like, or if you're more familiar with Fire Emblem, which I played for my 500 follower special, I think it was 500. That seems right. But yeah, Fire Emblem is a very, very important game to me. I love it very dearly. But yeah, I haven't ever played Disgaea, but it's been a fantastic time watching Saku play it, and very entertaining as well. It's a very light-hearted anime feel is what I would describe it as. But yeah, Saku Baku, Soul Mage VTuber, very, very good at video games. Also, also very good at learning video games, or learning in general, I imagine, actually. He's a very smart guy, and it comes across very directly in his streams. Very adaptable, as I would say, as well. A little quiet. He runs the tag quiet unless you chat. So if you want a peek inside of his mind, you got to ask him what he's thinking about and what kind of problems he's solving. But he's definitely thinking stuff through. Beatrice is also very smelly. I agree to disagree on that one. I'm not sure. I haven't done a lot of smelling on Saku, but as far as my experience with him, he hasn't been too smelly, as I would say. He also loves Rocket Raccoon in Marvel Rivals. It's like his main dude. Beatrice says sniff him in all caps. That's a weird thing. That's a weird thing. I'm good on that. I don't think I'm gonna do that. Saku says, I will shoot down the venom that dives me. It's true. It's true. Penny is even worse. Penny you would gun down as a rocket for free. Penny is fucking worthless. She's nothing but headshots, really. All right. I don't know that there's not going to be more fire. There very well could be more fire because he's at 47%, which is not correct. We're out of sequence right now. But it is what it is. We're going to try and fill our inventory-ish. We'll see. And we're going to kill him because we fucked it up. We fucked it all up. Okay, so fire. That's not good. We're going to see if this is enough. I don't think it is. I think I need 16-ish. And this is 12 plus 1, so 13. He will be low, though, which is good. Oh my god, it was exactly enough. Holy... All right, we kill. I don't think there's anything else I want to say about Saku. I think that's it for Saku. Oh, he's also a RuneScape player, actually. He's a late game iron. He's got a max on 420. Be there or be square. Ow. My knee. Today I'm gonna have lasagna. I made lasagna yesterday, late last night. Saku says this harpoon will kill. It's true. It did. It's fine. We're great. But yeah, oh, I'm gonna eat lasagna today. I made it yesterday. I ate half of it. I usually eat it in halves. So we have lasagna for the day, and Monday, oh Monday, we're gonna be able to cook. Beatrice is from scratch. Yeah, I took it out of the freezer and I put it in the oven from scratch. And now it's cooked from scratch, and I'm gonna reheat it from scratch too, actually. Yeah, that's the plan, I think. Is there anything else I need to say? Yes, Monday. So Monday we're gonna try and cook something, is the plan. Saku says I'm roasting chicken tomorrow. Oh shit. Beatrice says, yeah. What are you cooking tomorrow? I don't know. So I can do potato salad. I can do egg salad. Both of those were suggested by you, Beatrice. And I can do both of those things. Or either of those things. Probably not both. I think either of them would be better. And then I also would want to cook one, like a main thing, like a meal thing. But I don't know what that would be yet, is the thing. I don't have any chicken and I don't have any beef, is the problem. I have eggs and I have milk. So I can do like an omelet. Maybe we'll do omelet. Omelet and potato salad would be fine. Beatrice says hot dogs. I forgot hot dogs. I forgot hot dogs. Maybe tomorrow we go grocery shopping. I need to get these buckets. I was running back and forth because I was like, I need to get past this fire, but I don't want to step in the fire. I really need to get past this fire, but I don't want to walk into it, and I don't know what to do about it. All right. All right. So we don't have hot dogs, which is actually really bad. So I think we're actually going to go grocery shopping tomorrow, which means that I can make, I'm in fire. I can make literally anything you want me to make. Anything you guys suggest for me, I'll make. Say less. I'm not going to share it with you, but if it's something that I can make with the cooking appliances that I have right now, and also the like pots and stuff, filet mignon. That's like not even, that's literally just like stir frying salmon or whatever, right? Oh, my grocery store doesn't sell fish. So no. It needs to be something that I can buy from the grocery store. Well, they do sell, there is fish for sale, but they'll sell like a salmon steak that's frozen and like you know what I mean? Like it's literally just something that I would just like throw on whatever and just cook and it's just done. It's a cut of steak. Oh, filet mignon is a cut of steak. I've never cooked steak before. I thought it was a fish fillet. Hey, question. How come I don't have fucking fish, dog? Where's the rest of the fish that I'm supposed to have? It sounds expensive, but we can maybe do something. I've never made a steak before. I would do it in a pan, which I know that people can do. So yeah, we could try that. I've never done it before, so we'll see what that's like. Filet mignon. Beatrice says, I think potato salad and hot dogs sounds good. Yeah, I would need to get the hot dogs. But yeah, I can definitely do that. Not a problem. I kind of want to get anything else that I'm forgetting too. So I'm gonna get chicken and beef too, I think. Do you get the kosher hot dogs? Hell no, I get the cheapest ones they got, dog. They come in like a pack of 40 or something. Hell yeah. Microplastics and all. Mangoes? I want to get mangoes. That's not a meal. Beatrice says, Jesus Christ? What do you mean? Oh, because I said microplastics? You know it's got that shit in there. Beatrice says mangoes to eat. I have bananas. Well, I don't have bananas anymore. I ate the last of my bananas. But I have mandarin oranges still. Clementines or whatever. And it's too early for me to get more. Because, well, I mean, I can get bananas, right? But the clementines that I have are still fine. I'll go bananas and one other fruit. I always go bananas and one other fruit usually. And it might be like apples, oranges, clementines. I've gotten strawberries and blueberries a few times. That's what I do. Is this gonna work? I think so. This is like really awkward because there's fire. We're gonna stab him a bunch. He's not gonna die now, but we should be able to fish up the rest, and it will be okay, I think. I can like pretty easily get to this. From here, I can save spot. Oh, hey, Goya. I was just talking about you, actually. Nothing good, I assure you. Goya says you were. I got summoned. Well, it was a few minutes ago, I guess, but yeah. How you doing, Koya? Koya VA, a voice actor, aspiring voice actor. Speaks English and German. Oh god, I definitely. Hello? Why didn't I tie myself? Oh, because I clicked on the fire. Yeah, I should have shift clicked that. Yeah, the fire has a big ass hitbox. That's my bad. Oh well, it's fine. Not a huge deal. I definitely clicked on that shit and thought I was gonna tie myself off and didn't, and that's why I was upset. But it's fine. We still win and all that. All right, this is another. This is actually 13 now, so we should definitely have enough. We did 41% with 12. So yeah, Koya is an aspiring voice actor. Hello, and also a German speaker. Plays RuneScape and also rhythm games. Is relatively newer to RuneScape. Has done 2 years of leagues, but hasn't progressed their main tremendously far. Let's see. Koya voice A. It's right there. You can look at their stats. This is their main. What else? He loves rhythm games, and he's also a bit of a drummer as well.
Hello.
Hey, Saki, man. How's it going, dog? How you living?
I'm doing all right.
Did you crush your quota?
I'm still ahead on quota.
I see. Did you do quota for today?
I didn't have to, but I did anyway.
Yeah. Okay. So you're well ahead on quota.
I'm keeping my ahead, yeah.
Nice.
And from what I calculated, I would still have like 3 spare days after I finish quota now.
Hmm. Colia says, I'm learning a lot here in terms of RuneScape. It's true. RuneScape streams are generally probably a wealth of information because even if the streamer doesn't know the game that well, people in the chat will generally know something. This game is so big, most people know a good amount of information about something. So if you just, the cream rises type situation, if you just keep the stuff that is good, you will get a lot of information from a stream. Even this one. And Saku knows a lot too. Mostly about being an iron though. Beatrice says, I bid you guys have a good night. Good night, Beatrice.
You have a good night too.
Chloe says, I look forward to the day I am much more familiar with the game and hopefully can guide a newbie. You already know some things that would be incredibly helpful to a new player. Incredibly helpful.
Such as doing waterfall quest.
Yes. Waterfall quest is a big one. I think that you know that Slayer is a scam, even though that you like it. I think you understand that it is a scam, right?
Such as
Koyus
getting
is
your
Waterfall Quest.
$10,000
You don't know Waterfall
from
Quest?
the
Have you not done
Stronghold
Waterfall
Security.
Quest? Yeah, you're right about the Stronghold of Security, by the way. Koyus says, no, I
Yeah.
didn't. Oh. Okay, so do Waterfall Quest is really good early game because it gives you combat experience. How do you not know about the Waterfall? That's like the main thing that everybody tells you. How the fuck do you not know that one? That's
Tries to give an example.
Yeah, okay. Well, you know, shit. Koya says, I never heard it before. Well, I guess this is why everybody says it.
Well, you know how to make prayer potions now.
Yeah, that's...
You
That
know
is
their
something.
uses.
Yeah, there's a quest. It's called Waterfall.
The idea of the waterfall quest is if you do it while you're level 1, like a freshly made character, you will get an attack level and strength level of 30 as you complete the quest.
Indeed. And it's fairly easy to do and all that as well. So, like, you do it really early and it gives you a lot of levels.
It only involves you running past giants that may one-shot you.
Which they won't one-shot you now.
After that, there's also the Trignum Stronghold quest, which is going to be another boost of attack XP, I believe.
Yeah, there's a quest order that you might want to look into. Like an optimal quest order thing.
Trignum Village has attack XP.
I mean, really, generally, quests are like the way that you level quickly in this game. And quests also unlock content, so there's like really no reason, unless you hate quests, there's no reason not to be doing quests like kind of all the time. If you want to like progress quickly, not just through levels, but like to experience more of the game. It's like questing is like the main thing.
And then I think another one is you do Tourist Trap for Agility XP.
That makes sense.
And then you go do Grand Tree for even more attack XP, I believe. Attack and strength and magic. And by the time you've completed these 3 quests, you can equip a Rune Scimitar.
Koa's already got 40 attack.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a quest that you want to do anyway, to be honest. If you don't do it now, you'll do it later, and it'll just be less helpful to you later, right? Any quest that you can do earlier will probably be more beneficial to you earlier than it will be later, because you can wait until you're maxed and then do all the quests, but like you won't have access to most of the best training methods and shit like that. You know, it's silly to do it that way. You can, feel free. Some people fucking hate questing. I don't get it. It actually says your combat level right here as well. See? But yeah, me personally, I don't mind quests. In fact, I actually quite like them. And honestly, if you're...
Quests are wild experience in this game.
And if you're skipping the dialogue and shit, like, quests aren't even, like, that slow or anything. Oh, yeah, so you get a wild amount of experience from quests, and also the quests themselves tend to be wild in this game. So they're wild in 2 ways, if you look at it that way. I'm not even sure which way you meant, Saku, but...
I meant wild for the XP it gives.
Yeah.
Early game.
But they also have like a lot of weird shit that's going on. If you want to pay attention to the quests, some of them are like truly like interesting and nonsensical and silly and shit like that.
Thankfully, none of them take you to the wild. Except if you click that one portal in Lost City.
There's one quest.
Entering Lost City.
or no, it's not a quest. It's a mini quest that takes you to the wilderness.
Right, there's that.
It might not guaranteed take you to the wilderness, but there's a chance that you will go into the deep wilderness if you have bad RNG. Toyo says, I remember one quest I did during Leagues, the fucking talking frogs, voicing them was fun. Yeah, that quest is fantastic. You should do it
They
again.
made that quest for me.
Yeah. They knew, they thought about you when they were making that one. It's very funny. It's probably one of my favorite quests in the game. It's easily one of my favorite, actually. It's a very good quest.
I even made a meme out of it.
Yeah, I think I saw the meme, actually. I think you posted it.
Yeah, you saw it. I don't think Kolya saw it, though.
You can repost it in Discord for Kolya.
Yeah. I just have to find one instance of where I posted it. Alright, found it.
Somebody asked, so there's a person that's been speaking to me recently. I don't know what their intentions are yet, but I'm skeptical of them presently. But they saw that I was streaming, right? Because
Yes.
I have like the Twitch integration, right? So I have like the purple icon rather than the green one or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, "Hey, do you stream?" And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't know how to answer this question. Like, dog, you see that I am streaming, dog. Like, you want me to say no? Like, and most people that do that shit, most people that DM you in general are scammers, right? That's just like why they cold call DM you. If you don't know who they are, they're probably a scammer. Like, and you'll be right 70% of the time, maybe 80%. But regardless, I was like, okay, let me see what's up. Let's see what the story. And they're like, and they were, no, I'm a streamer too. You know, I'm just trying to make friends, whatever. And I'm like, okay, sure, fine, whatever. Weekend's a really bad time to do that because I don't have time to like DM somebody except like after midnight or whatever because I'm fucking live. Like, I'm not gonna be fucking texting you during my stream. It's not happening. And they were like, so what's your stream link? And I'm like, dude,
Bruh.
just click on my name, dog. It says it right there, bro.
See for yourself.
Like, some people, like, you really, really do need to help them out, I guess. And I'm like, I'm not saying that they're stupid. I'm not saying that. But I am saying, if you have trouble finding my stream link when you have access to my Discord, like, you see my Discord and you can click on my name and literally click the watch stream pop-up that shows up, right? It's not that you're stupid. It's that you and I are going to have big problems from something else down the line. Like, there's no way that that's the only thing that I'm going to be like, I have to be patient. You know what I mean? Be calm, remain calm, speak evenly. They are just asking a question, right? There's no way I'm going to lose my fucking gourd about some shit that I think is obvious. And you're not going to deserve the heat that's going to come your way, right? Like, you're just innocently asking, and I should just be able to ask or answer your questions. But I'm not that big of a person. I'm sorry. Like, brother, you need help. You need Jesus. You need Google. Like, figure it out. You're on the internet. There's a video. It's by Technology Connections, which is one of my favorite YouTube channels, actually. And they're like, I think that people are losing. They can see it in the videos. They think that people are losing like common sense, like literacy, like just general literacy. It's not like media literacy. It's like, okay, he's like, hey, this is a picture of a radio, right? Here's a picture of a radio. Can you tell me the serial number for this radio? And it's just a picture of the front, the face of a radio. And I'm like, obviously I do not recognize this radio, so I do not know the serial number for this radio. But the very first thing that came to mind for me, actually, Saku, I'm going to quiz you. If I gun to your head, I need you to tell me the serial number of a radio. I sent you a picture of the face of it. How do you find the serial number?
Usually it's on the sides, but if I don't see the side, I probably can't see it.
Mm-hmm. What would you do? Guns to your head. How do you figure it out?
I mean, I'll look at it, but...
Mm-hmm. Okay, you look at it. It says Fandango on it.
Okay, it's probably not the serial number.
Mm-hmm. Sure isn't.
I'll look for like a random assortment of numbers and letters.
There's no random assortment or number of letters. It's just the front face. It's obviously like the cover branding type thing.
Then shoot me in the head because there is no serial number on that.
It's true. There is no serial number on it. I'm going to teach you something too then. So the very first thing that I thought to do is reverse image search the Google image, because I can find similar radios to this one, maybe even the same radio. And those similar images tend to have embedded images associated with them with embedded knowledge with regards to them. Another thing that you could have done is you could have looked closer at it and seen the brand of the radio. You could use the brand to try and find other radios that are similar to this one. You could even call it like, oh, it's a Fandango. Considering the style of it, it happened to be our old school. Maybe if you know a little bit about radios, you could say it was like 80s era or whatever. And if you look closely at the dials, I didn't give you this information, but you could see, oh, it's specifically has these frequencies on it, which means that it's an FM radio, not an AM radio, right? Those kinds of things, right, can get you closer and closer and closer to the thing, right?
It will get you closer, yeah, but it
exactly
won't give you the direct answer unless you find it on...
yes.
Unless you find exactly the same picture on Google Images.
Exactly. But it's possible to get closer and to start making a path for yourself, right?
Yeah.
And the Technology Connections video, the whole premise is like, he's gravely concerned that people don't seem to be aware that they can do these things. Like anyone can just do them. Like Google image search is free for anybody. Like you can very easily try and see these things. And a lot of people get scammed by AI artists when you could very easily be like, oh, hey, this isn't legit, by looking at the art firstly, but secondly, by like doing some kind of image comparison or whatever, like, oh shit, this was obviously traced type shit. Which, to be honest, like buying traced art isn't even like that much of a scam sometimes, because emotes are kind of like that all the time. I don't know if you guys know, I don't buy emotes that use, they call it a template. But that's what tracing is. All right, let me not come for emote artists like this. But
we love ray tracing.
I actually don't. I think it makes games mostly run like shit, and
I don't have ray tracing.
Yeah, and
so
it also doesn't look that much better. But you know, to be fair, yeah, I don't have like the ray tracing hardware or whatever. Like my monitor may not be compatible with or whatever the fuck that means. You know what I'm saying? I don't have
monitor.
Like a 4K monitor or whatever, you know what I mean, to like really appreciate the high fidelity of ray tracing. Is obviously on the back end, right? It's like a processing type thing. It's how light bounces and all that shit. It's literally tracing rays, which is actually ironic. It used to be that video games were made with ray tracing. Like that's how they did it for a while. Like old like voxel era, you know what I'm saying? Like back in the way back, ray tracing was like one of the primary strats. It's just now ray tracing is like efficient enough for 3D gaming for lights and stuff. It's very interesting that it came back around in that way. But yeah, Koya says exactly. Reverse image search or Google the word on it. Yeah, exactly. Things that are like more than possible to do. And I definitely feel that, where it's like, I don't mind asking someone, especially if I'm speaking to you, Saku, right? Like if I happen to have a question about RuneScape, right? I very well might run it by you rather than looking it up myself, because you might happen to know and we're obviously already in a voice call or whatever. But it's very unlikely for me to, I'm not going to DM Savage a question that the wiki can answer me. Never, right?
Right.
That's like, why would I, like, I can just check. Like the barrier to entry to that knowledge is me typing it in somewhere, and I can type it in Savage's DMs, or I can type it in Google search and the wiki will come up. You know what I mean? Like, there's literally no reason. I'm a very strong advocate for just Google it, dude. And I'm not gonna Google it for you. Sometimes I will tell you, but I'm definitely not gonna Google it for you. If I don't know the answer, but I know that the answer is very easily found on Google, I'm not doing it. And this is why we should bring back bullying. This has been my TED Talk. Well, this is, yeah, that's my issue. I ask questions to people and minutes later I'm like, wait, I'm stupid. I can just Google it. Yeah, sometimes people ask questions just to make conversation too, right? That's like totally different. Like, sometimes it's not just to acquire the information. Sometimes that's part of it, right? Like, you want to have, like, I'm not saying like, don't ever ask me a question if you could Google it instead. But, you know, generally you probably should Google stuff if you actually want to know the answer to something rather than like asking me specifically. But, you know, especially since I don't like know very many things. I'm kind of stupid mostly. And I'm also wrong. Google's wrong too sometimes, I guess, but it's pretty good. Especially about like factual stuff. Like, I can't explain to you rainbows and shit, but Google probably can. Like, if it's something to do with fucking refraction of light, fucking prisms and shit, dog, I don't know. I know you'll never see a rainbow on Edge. Which means that you'll also never get to the end of it.
Have you ever seen Google Chrome?
Google Chrome?
Yes, Chrome. As in Chrome from Fire Emblem.
Does he just have like different color scheme?
No, it's Chrome but with Google Chrome hair. That's literally it.
I see. Boy, is this Chrome? No. I thought you were talking about Chrome from Fire Emblem, to be honest. The main character of Fire Emblem Awakening.
Yes,
Chrome.
the main character of Fire Emblem.
Yes. Well, the main character of Fire Emblem is Marth, who looks much like Chrome does.
But the main character of at least one Fire Emblem game.
Fire Emblem Awakening on the 3DS, I think.
Yeah.
That's the one that first introduced the pair-up mechanic, which is one of the coolest things in Fire Emblem, and also makes rescuing way better and way more interesting. And the characters pairing up and having, or developing bonds, which are called supports in that game, makes way more sense in that game than it does in many, many other Fire Emblem games. So this is my first own Fire Emblem was Awakening. Yeah, it's a good one. I like Awakening. I like FE7 more though. Toya says I played on an emulated, the one with Lyn before.
The Fire Emblem 7.
Yeah, that would be FE7. It's called Fire Emblem in the West. So I guess the first Fire Emblem, if you want to talk about the English titles, is actually the one with Roy or Elowood and Lyn and Hector. But yeah, I think you missed me playing Fire Emblem. I don't think you were there, Kolya. Were you there when I was playing through the Fire Emblem games? I don't remember how long ago that was either, to be honest. November 2024? I have no idea. You might have been there. It's been a long time. This is, to be for real, I've only finished 3 houses on the Blue Lions route. Although I played a few Fire Emblem games, I don't know why I never finished them. I gotta do that one day. I've never played 3 houses. I want to play 3 houses a lot. Like really, really bad. I don't own it, I don't think, at the moment, but I could very easily buy it. I have a Switch already. But I also haven't ever set up like a capture card for my Switch. I'm sure I could. I have not just 1, but 2 capture cards actually, so I could very easily set them up and make that happen. But I haven't yet, and I don't know. I don't know how much is going to go into it. I imagine it's going to be fine. I imagine it's going to be fine. But yeah, I haven't. How do I always click the bucket, dude?
Because you want to kick the bucket.
So sad about this. Also don't have enough fish at all. Oh, might be a little too late. Yeah, a little too late. That's unfortunate. I'll lose like a lot. God damn. And losing after catching all those fish instead of depositing them is actually fucking tragic. Well, this is the one with Lynn as an additional title, Fire Emblem the Blazing Blade. It only has that title in like localizations or like translations, excuse me. It's localized to the Fire Emblem or Fire Emblem. That's literally it. You missed my Fire Emblem experience, gotcha. It's like, but yeah, like if you look, it'll say Furen no Tsurugi. Yes, the Blazing Blade. Yes, but it literally is just Fire Emblem. Like on the title of the box art, it just says the words Fire Emblem. That's it. And the second Fire Emblem game in North America is The Sacred Stones. Fire Emblem, The Sacred Stones. That would be FE8, of course. Coleus is the other one on GBA's Binding Blade. Not for me, it isn't. Because that game was not released in the States at all. I think it is a GBA game. The Sacred Stones is also a GBA game, though. And it is Fire Emblem 8. So I think 6, 7, and 8 were all on the GBA. I'm not sure, though. Definitely looks like Fire Emblem.
Depending on the time where you bought a 3DS, you would get some GBA games for free. Fire Emblem 8 was one of them.
Really fascinating.
So I got to play FE8.
Shout out to Ephraim. Not as much of a shout out for Erica. I didn't like Erica as much. Ephraim, though.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Was Binding Blade released in, what is it, PAL regions? Must have been, since Coleus played it. Oh, I shot that extra fish because I was fucking typing. It was only released in JP, according to this. Yeah, its release date was just in. Are you sure you played the Binding Blade? Maybe you mean the Sacred Stones. Who do you think the main character of the Binding Blade is, Kolya? Kolya says, I haven't played yet, but I own it. I have too many games. Roy? Yeah, he is the main character. That's interesting. It wasn't released in NA, though, according to this. You haven't played it yet? That's crazy. I mean, I guess I do have physical games that I haven't played too, but they're on consoles that I just don't use. I kind of need this rain to come. Well, this is check Google Images. There are plenty of GBA cartridges of Binding Blade in English. Sure. I'm just surprised it doesn't say that it's released in PAL regions. And also, you can get GBA carts that are like fan releases or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can get a ROM hack of the game that it's possible to do that shit, right? So that doesn't necessarily mean anything by itself. Binding Blade, English. Release. Fire Emblem 226 have not gotten an English release of the game. I think you have a fan thing, Kolya.
Either a fan thing or a scam.
Yeah, as far as I was aware, Fire Emblem, that like it says 236.
Because I don't think it was ever released in North America.
I know it wasn't released in North America. I know for a fact it was not released in North America, which is crazy because it cross-promoted with Super Smash Bros. Melee, and you cannot play the game with Roy in it in North America at all. You can see that he's from Fire Emblem, but even in Melee, it's like, yeah, Japan only. It says Japan only. It doesn't say only, you know, PAL regions as well. It literally says Japan only on Roy's trophies and shit like that. But I will say that I don't know about Europe, right? Like, it's possible that it does release in those places, but I don't think it did. But yeah, it could totally be a legit cartridge with the game on it, but that doesn't mean that it's not like, well, it's not a legit cartridge, let me put it that way, right? But it could have actually the game on it and in English and all that, but it's not the same. It's like an official release of the game.
FP6 is also a pretty hard game.
Yes, much harder than FE7 or 8.
Especially that one chapter that is early in the game.
Are you talking about where you get the extra calves?
I think so.
I don't remember what their names are, but you get your second Jagan and another calf, and there's some wyverns and shit. It's like a whole thing. Well, it's just, to be honest, the older Fire Emblem games are generally harder than the new games. Oh, by far. Oh, by far. The new games are fucking free by comparison. They're hard in different ways, though. The hardest difficulty of the modern games is way, way, way harder than the hardest difficulty of the earlier games. Insanity is like, or Lunatic is like fucking ridiculous. It's like not even a video game almost. But hard mode back in the day is usually as hard as it got. Is definitely much harder than hard mode now. Golia says, when I played FE7 on an emulator, it fucked me up pretty early already. On normal mode, especially Lin normal mode, it's not that bad. I played it through recently as in Iron Man, so it wasn't that bad. Tried to be low turn count, but I did a little bit of stalling here and there. Golia says, I'm spoiled with the newer games. Yes. I haven't played the newer ones, the newer ones. Just Awakening so far. Oh wait, I need to do this or I'm gonna fucking die. In fact, we're
We're
just
pretty spoiled in the newer games. Like, you get a lot of stuff.
class changes and shit. Magic also just works real different now. Oh, so I guess we don't win now, huh? Okay. Oh wait, that means that we lose. That's unfortunate. Chloe says, I really love the voice acting in Fire Emblem Three Houses though. It's what got me into voice acting as an actual career goal. The English voice acting. That's crazy. So it's a relatively newer thing for you then, because Fire Emblem Three Houses is not that old in the grand scheme of things. I don't remember how old it is. It's been a few years. Fire Emblem Three Houses 2019, so 6 years ago. That's not very old at all. Is what I would say. It's very much a modern game. It's before COVID, I'll give you that. So it feels like a long time ago, but in the grand scheme of gaming.
Isn't it like the second to last Fire Emblem now?
Yeah, I think Engage is the newest one or something. And Three Houses is just the one before that. So like,
So it's not old at all.
yeah, I wouldn't say so.
It is pre-COVID.
Yeah, that's something. Chloe says, I was really into Japanese voice acting as a teen, but then I was completely out of touch with the voice acting. And I played Three Houses, which was my first contact with English voice acting, and it got me hooked. Yeah, no, sure. But you said it's what got me into voice acting as an actual career goal, which means that before 2019, you weren't interested in voice acting as a career goal, right? So it's 6 years of ambition for you, right? Unless you wanted to be a Japanese voice actor before. I'm just repeating what you said back to you, Koya. Like, don't stop booing me, I'm right. Koya says, yes, I wanted to be. I was very cringe. Okay. You could be a Japanese voice actor if you want. It's going to be hard, though. It's hyper competitive. But they like English insert voices as well. But you're not going to get paid extremely well to be as an English extra. Much less so as a German extra. They could probably use some people saying some German shit, but I don't know. I don't know how much work you're going to get. And it's going to be a lot of people that wear armbands, I think, mostly. So maybe not for the best. I mean, somebody's got to do it, right? Somebody's got to voice the bad guys in Wolfenstein. They always lose. So like it's not a problem. They make sure that the Wolfenstein bad guys always lose. I think, at least. Maybe they win in between games sometimes, because I think that the new order has to have come from somewhere. Voice is, oh my god, Panda. What? I'm just saying. Chloe says, Wolfenstein, you have no idea? I think I do know, actually.
Well, why are we talking about Wolfenstein now?
Do you know who the bad guys are in Wolfenstein? They're not present-day Germans, is what I'll say.
Right. Yeah, no, I know.
Right.
What the enemies are.
Yeah. So I was saying, if you're going to voice a character in a Japanese game, like if you're going to be a Japanese voice actor, a voice actor in Japan, right? And you don't speak Japanese, if you're Kolya, that probably means that you're speaking German or English. And if you're speaking German in a Japanese game, it's pretty likely, like the intersection there is like damn near a circle on voicing a character in Wolfenstein type. That's the demographic of the characters that you're voice acting, right? Like, it's not guaranteed to be that, but it's like pretty much that. Would be my guess. I'm sure that there's other German speaking characters in media, but like not that many. And the vast majority, I'm sure, are Wolfensteiners, if you will. Wolfenstein, man, that's a crazy game franchise. Coley says, I am friends with one of the voice actors who had to shout racist stuff. Yeah, you told me about it. His shouts are in every language version of Wolfenstein. That's very funny. Because obviously the character in Wolfenstein speaks German, so everyone hears exactly your friend saying all that shit. Yeah, you told me about that. So that's why I brought up Wolfenstein specifically, because I know that you personally had an experience with it, or secondhand experience at least. See, I told you I did know about Wolfenstein. I told you, you didn't fucking believe me. Nah, see, I got you.
Yeah, and I think it's especially important in these kinds of games to separate the art from the artist. Like, they may had to say slurs, but they are not racist. It's just
clearly.
It's for immersion of the game.
Clearly, yes. Yeah, nobody's mad at the voice actor who voices the Wolfenstein characters, or no one should be.
No one should be.
Yeah.
But there are some people who will be. Usually they're on Twitter.
Yeah.
So disregard them.
Yeah. Those people I will gladly dismiss in hand. No problem. Like out of hand. Like no problem. You're ridiculous. I'm gonna be real. You're ridiculous. Come on. Saku said, or Kolya says, Saku, he had to shout that in his own backyard. The neighbors heard that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a bit more awkward.
Yeah, but like you can explain. Look, I'm a voice actor. See, this is my paycheck from id, I believe. I think id is Wolfenstein. It's definitely Bethesda, the publisher. But I think id does Doom and Wolfenstein specifically, but I'm not sure. But yeah, that is still a wild thing. Yeah, it sure is. Goyo says, I have a signed print dedicated to me from one Fire Emblem 3 House's voice actor. And another Fire Emblem 3 voice actor back then congratulated me and my ex for our engagement. Fond memories. That's so weird to me. You know, me and my ex getting engaged. Thanks. Oh my god, dude. Can you imagine if they remembered you? Oh my god. You go to a convention to see that voice actor and you're like, hi, can I get something signed? And they're like, oh my god, I remember you. Where's... And they're like looking for your partner. You're like, oh. Chloe says I never saw him and was on stream. Sure. But like, brother, sometimes it's better not to be remembered. I would, if I were in that position, I would lie. I think I would lie in that situation. I think that's the answer. Savage has taught me. The answer is to lie to them. Like, oh yeah, they're in the bathroom. Like, just don't, it's not, you don't need to explain it to them. It's fine. Just don't. Like, yeah. They're around here somewhere.
Must have been the wind.
Oh my god, dude. And then it escalates. They're like, oh, no, hold on. Let me get you backstage passes. Here's 2 backstage passes. I want to see you guys. It's like, ah. I killed them. They're dead. It's easier if I just say that they're dead. In the Sonic movie, the main character's name is Tom, right? Tom, short for Thomas. And he says that I forget what his last name is. Dr. Robotnik calls him by his last name, and he's like, no, it's just Tom. Everybody calls me Tom, except for my dentist who calls me Tim, and it's been going on for too long, and I feel like I can't correct him anymore. Which is like way more than Dr. Robotnik needed. But it's not only funny, but it is also like Savage's entire life. Koya says, dude, that one Genshin VA my ex met, the VA knows me, right, from the internet. My ex told him he is a friend of mine, which is, to be honest, true by now. But the thing is, if I recall correctly, he doesn't know I am single again, but he knew I was engaged. Ah, interesting. Yeah, this is fine. It's fine. Just don't worry about it. Ignore it, ignore it. I've messed up with something similar before. I was like, oh yeah, this streamer is also dating this streamer. You could check out both of them. They're often together. And and one of them was like, we're not dating anymore. And I was like, okay. Ixnay on that last bit then.
Edit in post.
Yeah. All right. So lesson learned. Don't worry about doing shoutouts proximally with regards to other people, flexing your knowledge about them. Doesn't seem like it's worth it. Usually it'll be fine. Relationships and shit like that tend to be pretty stable, but doesn't need to be part of the shout out. It's kind of the thing. All right. That's one thing that I'm trying to clean up as well. There's a few like pet peeves I would say that I do when it comes to shout outs. One of them is when you're doing a shout out, don't talk about yourself, especially comparing yourself. Don't do that. That's my biggest one that I'm trying to get better at. The other one is if I'm doing a shout out, firstly, try to be brief. Secondly, try to stay on point. Like, don't forget what you're talking about. Like, maintain the shout out, maintain the integrity of the shout out. Thirdly, if you're doing a shout out for one person, try not to talk about other people as well. Again, specifically not me, but also other people in general. It's okay to mention them in passing, but try not to even. Try to make it about the one person that you're talking about, mostly. Kolia says, I have the signed print hanging on my wall. I'll share it in case. I'll share it because it is making me happy. Presently, it's making you happy. Dimitri? Ah, the blondie. That's the spoiler, Dimitri. Hello? I just said that I haven't played 3 Houses. How dare you? I happen to know that that's spoiler, Dimitri, already. Koya says, I can't change the print's image. Yeah, but you could have not sent me a spoiler. Koya says, but I am sorry. All right, it's fine. I'll let you off. I happen to already know that one, so it's fine. But damn it, Kolya. Somebody was reading One Piece. I didn't even know they were reading One Piece. And they asked a question about Sanji. And they were like, how come Sanji's hair is going the wrong way? And I was like, oh, after the time skip, his hair part's the other way. And they're like, spoilers. And I'm like, what part's the spoiler? And they're like, that there's a time skip. And I'm like, oh, I guess that is a spoiler. Kolia says, wait, can I edit it to mark it as a spoiler? You could, but not after you posted it. Yeah. If it didn't say his name on it, it wouldn't be a spoiler, to be fair. But the fact that it says his name on it, it's like, what? Is there more than one Dimitri in this game? But yeah, I wouldn't consider a time skip, the presence of a time skip, a spoiler. Thank you. But yeah, I don't think that's a spoiler to me. Saying that there's a twist can kind of be a spoiler, but even then, sometimes it really isn't even. Koya says, I definitely did not think properly here. Oh, it's fine. It's like literally nothing. Even as far as spoilers go, that one is not a big one, as far as I know. From what I know about, like literally all I know about it is what I can see plainly in the picture. But like that one's enough where like if I remember this print and start playing Fire Emblem 3 Houses, it will be like, wait a second. Like, wait a second, this is clearly not correct. But yeah, the hair part thing for Sanji in One Piece is like actually pretty subtle. Like I didn't even like notice at first, but at some point I was like, wait a second, didn't this shit go the other way? Oh, it's because his hair's parting the other way. Which is like just not that important. It's just not, it's like a significant character design change, I guess, but like it's just not that important. Shout out to One Piece. I fucking love One Piece. So good. Oh my god, I should be stabbing. Wait, why do I have 77% left? God damn it. I'm the fucking worst. My autopilot is dog shit. Wait, why did you delete it again? What did you do this time, Kolya? Oh, your face is in the picture? I didn't notice that. Yeah, that one I missed, but I did notice it was like a weirdly bad quality picture, mostly because of like shadows, but I didn't consider that there might have also been reflections in it. Oh damn, Kolya, face reveal? Well, you lucked out this time because I actually missed it. Kolya says, yeah, because I ducked away already and couldn't see how the picture goes. Wait, so you like tried to exclude your face from the picture and you failed? That's very much like you, Kolya. It's so Kolya core. It's so real. You're so real for that. Kolya says, I know. That's like if I could have written a script that featured you, Kolya. Kolya says pure of heart, dumb of ass. Real. Damn, Kolya. That's a fucking tragedy. So, have you ever accidentally face revealed Saku? Do you have any accidental face reveal moments?
No.
Give it time.
But Beatrix got a accidental foot reveal, of course.
Oh, good. Of course, naturally.
The only reveal that have well made is her shadow. Technically.
Shadow reveal. I recognize that shadow anywhere.
You're a hard dumb of spades.
Spades?
Cards.
Oh.
Spades, clubs, diamonds,
Yeah,
hearts.
because you went from heart to I got it. I was not prepared for that one. that was too much for me. I'm too stupid. I was like, what is that? Why are you talking about shovels now? I don't understand. I'm looking forward to the lasagna. Oh, I had a banana too? Fucking bananas, bro. That's some good shit, dog. Maybe I'll get more bananas too. Because we need hot dogs and we need bananas. Can't believe I forgot hot dogs, man. Hot dogs are so important. I got the beans. You can't have pork and beans without the pork. That's just beans. You can have just beans. Beans aren't bad, but they're not as good as pork and beans. Pork and beans, that's a fucking meal. Beans by themselves, that's just a side. Damn, they moved the dunce cap onto their ass too. Damn, Kolya self-reported. We were here. We here live knew what happened with Kolya, but Kolya decided to self-report about it for posterity. That's crazy. Kolya says that artist is amazing. Are they? I literally don't know what their name is. I can't even read their fucking watermark. It's like, it looks like it's fucking backwards. Pond HQ. Hey, artists. When you sign your art, sign it legibly. Don't have a stylized signature that makes a cool logo look. Because if I find your art and I want to find you, the artist, right? The signature should help, and it often doesn't. These fucking combination artist doctors and shit where like I can't read what the fuck you're writing, dog. Stop it. Oh god, I just realized if I become an artist and sign my work, I'm gonna have to sign it that Daft Punk Panda. Jesus. Please to stop calling me out. Not only is it not readable, but it's also ugly. Well, to be for real, I add my name readable by now. I see. That's good at least. It's more important that it's readable than that it looks pretty. I'm gonna be honest. That's a lot of health left. I guess I fucked up a little bit. Are you gonna finish all 3 skills on the same day, the 420?
Yep.
I see. That's gonna be exciting. This little sidebar thing counts me catching a fish as catching a fish, as well as me launching a fish at Temporos as catching a fish. Weird. Not a problem, but weird. I shouldn't have canceled that. I should have just let it ride. I think I have enough time to do all of these. I'm not sure that I do. We'll go down at like 50%. This is I have another frog related cute meme, but it's without signature. That's okay. You could post memes without signatures. Most memes don't have signatures. I mean, you can post art without signatures. I would rather you credit the artist. But if you just don't fucking know who they are, then you don't know who they are. Though you could perhaps do the reverse image search and maybe find them. Well, is this it's a drawn meme? That's why meh. I don't know what you mean by that. Like, I get not stealing art. That's fine. But if it's a meme, like, the point of a meme is to share it. Like, could you share it with the original post? Yeah, you probably should even. But, like, I'm not going to be upset that somebody's like, this is just the image of the meme. Because, honestly, if you, as the artist, gave a shit about that, you should have put your fucking signature in that shit. To begin with, right? Like, come on now. I really thought that was going to move, but it didn't. But it did get me right next to this spot, which is fantastic. More than I could ever ask for. Oh yeah, I lost a lot of frames today. I don't know what's going on with the net. Seems like it's mostly fine though, so I don't think I'm going to do anything yet. Don't shoot the last fish. Don't shoot the last fish. All right. I want 3 rows of these jokers. A fat 12, please. All right. That'll do. Damn, I might as well only fish on the green ones then. They show up this frequently. Spend my time in between green ones cooking them or something. You know I need that cooking experience. I have found the artist. Oh shit, the Google image search works? Cool. Wait, did I finish that run of Soloceps? Or did I just like fucking leave it wherever it was like a degenerate?
It's wood cutting at that level because you're probably doing winter dot and you'll get some more XP.
Yeah, but did I like finish the run of Soloceps? You know what I'm saying? Like, did I go back to the start?
I don't know. I think I would assume you did.
I fucking better have. If I didn't, I'm a goddamn degenerate. Like, the least you can do. Like, I don't know why I would go back to Soloceps, but like, come on, man. Like, you don't just leave it in the middle of the shit. Go, this is, there we go. Mobile reverse image search is a little bit of a pain, but it worked. Yeah, I got you. Kolya doesn't do crimes because they bake. Baking, so they don't do crimes. Also, I think, I'm not sure that Kolya is gay, and I think if you do crimes, you have to be gay. I think those are the rules. Be gay, do crimes. Kolya says I'm bi. Oh, well, you're a fucking criminal. Sorry. If you gay, then crime. Sorry. If gay, then crime. Them's the rules, Kolya. Sorry. No amount of baking will save you.
Here, no amount of baking will save you.
Kolya posted a meme that says baking so I don't commit crimes.
Oh. Right.
Kolya says I am trans
I thought
and...
I misheard for a moment.
I see. I am very much illegal on places on the earth. That's true. I don't know how illegal being bi is. Just shove those feelings deep down inside you. You can mask as straight, so it's fine. Your very existence isn't an affront to God. As long as you bury those feelings deep down inside you. Trans thing though, yeah, that could be a problem. I could see that being an issue for you. Roy says I can literally get death sentences if people find out in those places that you're trans. Yeah, trans thing for sure. The bi thing though, I think you can mask it. You can cope and see it and mask. You know?
Don't make me make a pun. I was gonna say you can easily get by.
I was like something about being bi with masks. This is, they shan't see my chest scars. I am good. Yeah, probably wouldn't. My chest scars make me greater. I mean, you could probably explain those away, right? As well? Double mastectomy? Or whatever? I mean, they don't have a problem with cancer, do they? Well, I mean, everyone has a problem with cancer. You get what I'm saying. Mastectomy? Whatever, man. You can't let me have one, Kolya? Not even one? That's fine, fair. Mastectomy. All right, there was a T in there. A voiced T. Saber says, did you know that it's illegal for a horse to eat a fire hydrant in Iowa? I feel like it would be illegal for anyone to eat a fire hydrant anywhere. Is it specifically horses? What does the horse get charged with? Does the owner get charged with something? I get charged because my horse ate a fire hydrant? I guess that would make sense.
Like the liquid paper bottles that have "Do not smoke" written on it.
How would you smoke liquid paper?
They did it. If it's written, someone did it.
Xavier says no, it's law in Marshalltown, Iowa, that a horse can't eat a fire hydrant. Well, go on then. Tell me the story of how the Marshalltown lawman had to write into law about this horse eating a fire hydrant. Go on. Go on, Xavier. You gotta educate us now. Xavier says it's technically legal everywhere else. I don't think so. Koyo says, I love this one trans comic meme where the trans dude is a pirate. He lies about his mass sex scars, saying, me boobies were itching, saying something fierce, and it was me first day with me hook.
If your horse was to eat a fire hydrant, you'd get in other trouble than the law.
This is true, but like destruction of government property, for example, or state property, whatever. Right?
But what if it's your own fire hydrant? Like, what if you own the fire hydrant?
I don't think you can own a fire hydrant, like legally.
I have a fire hydrant.
Yeah, but I don't. How did you get it? Is it like a novelty fire hydrant?
It's a smaller one. I don't think it's a full-size one.
When you say fire hydrant, do you mean fire extinguisher?
Yeah. Oh, fire extinguisher. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They both do put out fires, but not the same way. Fire hydrants you can own.
Fires, indeed.
Yeah, yeah. Fire extinguisher you can own, sure, but fire hydrant you can't own one of. It's like hooked up to the plumbing and shit. Well, I guess you could own just the top part.
Also, how does the horse eat the fire hydrant?
I don't know. We're getting there. We're getting there. Xavier says, I'm not sure the story behind the law. I just know it's a law. Bitch, you better do some fucking research. Now you have homework. You can't just say some shit and expect it to fly.
Those are some solid ass teeth.
It's true. I figured they swallowed the whole thing in one bite. I don't mind the pirate one. The pirate meme. I don't know. It's not my favorite. There's some very funny ones out there, but that's not my favorite. Saber says it's a dumb law. I was reading on dumb laws for God knows what reason. Yeah, and you're gonna keep on reading about dumb laws for this reason. I need to know. I need to have the answers. And I refuse to be the one to do the research myself because you're the one who corrupted me, right? It's your responsibility. You fucked me, so we're gonna carry this baby to term together. It's your responsibility. Saber says in Quitman, Georgia, it's illegal for chickens to cross the road. Like by themselves or ever? Surely there are situations where you need to get chickens from one side of the road to the other side of the road. In Quitman, Georgia, it's not a question of why the chicken crossed the road, but how they did it. Saber says in New Hampshire it's illegal to collect seaweed at night. You can't just say these things to me without qualifying them in any way. In this stream, it's illegal to say things that may or may not be true without qualifying them. I mean, I kind of already said no fun allowed, so like, it kind of does fall right in, actually. Sounds like you're having fun right now. Saber says, I'm just reading this list off and giving you the weirder ones. Oh, you're cultivating a list? Oh shit, I'm supposed to be... Wait. No. Yeah, I'm supposed to be stabbing. Stab time. I'm still stabbing. I feel like I do that song parody, if you will, a lot. Do you have a favorite song, Saku?
A favorite song?
Mm-hmm. It can be from a video game.
Oh boy. There is a huge repertoire that I would have to go through.
Okay, how about for right now in this particular moment, what's the song that comes to mind when I ask you the question, what is your favorite song? You don't have to marry the answer, right? You could just say a song. Name a woman, Saku. One woman.
Cow.
How am I supposed to name a name? How am I supposed to know the name of a woman? You didn't give me any prep time. Koya says a song. Name a song. Koya, I could ban you right now. I have the power.
Well done.
Savior says in Texas it's illegal to buy or sell an eye from or to a living person. I think it's illegal to do that shit in many places. Organ dealing is like a really big, like, illegal trade. It's like very black market. Wait, to a living person? What the fuck do you mean a living person? Why did they specify? You can't buy or sell shit from a dead person either. What the fuck? Savior says in California it's illegal to set a mousetrap without a hunting license.
Bruh.
Does it have to be a lethal mousetrap or can it be one of those like catch and release ones? Also, non-lethal mousetraps are still lethal if you don't check them frequently enough. Savior says it just says a mousetrap. Bitch, if you don't look 1 second further into this stuff, Savior's just like, nah, I'm just reading it. Like,
Is
bruh.
a cat considered a mousetrap?
That's a good question. I don't think it should be. Is the game Mousetrap considered a mousetrap?
Questions that kill.
Are you familiar with the game Mousetrap, Saku?
I have only seen ads.
I see. But you know all you need to know about it then.
Yeah.
That's
now
enough.
the ads come back to mind.
What's your favorite as seen on TV ad?
God damn it.
You strike me as a slap chopper. You're
Hey,
gonna
yeah,
love,
you're
my,
gonna
nuts.
love my nuts.
Savior says Fushigi. Fushigi's pretty good too. They made a fucking ball, a hand-sized ball, seem really fucking interesting with Fushigi, but it's just a ball.
Goddamn slap chop ad.
Nah, you love it. Saber says it's just bullet points that says the laws. There's nothing more than exactly what I'm saying. Bro, the laws exist for public to see. You can see the law. You can find it. It's just written down on the internet. Savior, it's right there.
Actually, Zorbies.
Zorbies?
Yeah, Billy Mays made an ad for Zorbies.
Not Orbeez, but Zorbies.
Zorbies.
What the fuck are Zorbies?
It's a... You know what a ShamWow is?
Yes.
It's basically that, but not a ShamWow.
What the fuck does that mean? What do you mean? Saku, it's just like Beatrice Gambit, but it's not Beatrice Gambit. What the fuck does that mean, dog?
It's an absorbent cloth.
Oh, okay, got it. So it's still like a chamois. It's still a rag, but it's not actually ShamWow brand. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, it's a different brand.
All right. So they act just like Beatrice Gambit, but it's someone different, right? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you can't say it is, but it isn't. Like, dog. Saber says, once you learn how to use the fushigi, loses its appeal. Is it not just a ball? Does it have like a special center of mass thing going on or something? I thought it was literally just a ball. You didn't come up with a video game song, did you?
No.
You thought I just forgot about it? Saber says it's a special
I'll
center
look
of
for the
mass.
title of it.
Gotcha. You don't know the title of the song that you like?
I haven't listened to that one in a long time because I haven't played that game in a long time.
I see.
And only replayed recently. Thus was reminded of the song.
I see. It's a special center of mass dealing, huh? Okay. So it is at least a product rather than just, you know, somebody bought fucking 400,000 metal balls that they didn't know what to do with. By the way, speaking of metal balls, it's not a metal ball, I don't think, but the fucking, when mice used to have ball indicators, ball wheels or whatever, that was a good ass ball, bro. Every mouse came with a fucking bouncy ball, bro. That was some good shit.
Yeah.
Saber says my favorite song is
so-
Big Dick Randy. Nice. Yeah, go on.
So the track is called Witch Hunting.
Okay.
It's from the Skya 1.
Oh, okay. I don't think I know that one, obviously.
You've heard it.
Oh, I have? Okay.
And you did say it was a banger.
Awesome. Did I say it like unprompted? Holy shit.
Yeah, unprompted.
I was like, holy shit, this song is awesome. That's awesome. It's just listen, because usually I don't even notice music. So if I'm like just like casually in your stream or whatever, like, whoa, what the fuck? This song is so good. That song is really good. Holy god. Saber says my favorite song is Big Dick Randy by Digbar. You know the legend of Big Dick Randy, Panda? Did I say something in a way that made you think that I understood what you were talking about? Because I don't think I know who Big Dick Randy is or the song. Doesn't sound familiar to me. It could be a thing. Saber says yes, you did. What did I say? How did I do that? What? I don't think so. Huh. Maybe I don't know the song, but I know some people who know the song and they joke about it sometimes. That happens. That's happened a lot, actually. Where I just find out that I've been referencing like a well-known meme or something because one of my homies is into it. Saber says you might have been talking to Saku. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know that song, I don't think. You can post it in the Discord if you want, Savior. Or I can just look it up later. I'm not gonna, if you post it in the Discord, I'll definitely listen to it, but if you, and not right now, either way. I might remember because I'm gonna be ending stream pretty soon. So it's pretty likely that I'll remember to check. If you don't say anything as well. Saber says, no, not right now on stream. No, I don't listen to anything on stream. So that's not negotiable, but yeah. It also sounds like a song that I probably shouldn't play on stream. It's got the potential. The homie Viking Troll was listening to Colt 45 on stream, and I was like, I don't know if you want to listen to this song on stream. And he's like, what? No, I love this song. And I'm like, yeah, but they talk about people cosplaying as ghosts from a club. They have an after school club, an adult club where they cosplay as ghosts. And I don't think you want them to be name dropped on your stream, is what I'm saying. Savior says Colt 45 isn't that bad. It's not the song. Savior says, so it's like the first minute of the song. It's okay. Oh no, he was listening to the entire song. Does that happen in the first minute of this? It's a 5-minute song. I have no idea the sequence of the stories. Like, I have literally no fucking clue when anything happens in that song. I know the start of the song. That was this blind man, right? Savior says, I can go word for word with no music. I can't do the whole song. I definitely can't do the whole song. I know most of the words, though. I don't know. I wouldn't play Colt 45 on stream. I would not. Because when it comes to, like, mentioning some things, it's, like, a problem for some reason. I don't know why, right? But, like, you shouldn't name drop specific associations, especially YouTube. Mostly it's a YouTube thing, actually, rather than a stream thing, I guess. But they don't like it when you name drop particular people. But it's probably fine on a stream, honestly. Oh, that's literally the first story? Oh, I see. About a girl named Jen? Is that what he says? About a girl named Jen? I didn't know what her name was, to be honest. I know she said a girl named Jen. But Jen, that makes sense, sure. Jane, I see. You feel me though. It's like I definitely know the cadence with which he says it, but I don't actually know what. Oh my god, dude. Speaking of Afro Man went through the white land. Houses went up for sale. No, I was thinking of when they broke into his house. That was awesome. That's so fucking awesome. Saber, were you here when I talked about that song that I posted earlier? What's the name of that song? Whoop whoop, pull over. Saber, do you know the song Pull Over? Were you here for that conversation? Pull Over by Trina. Saber says, I was standing on the corner selling rap CDs when I met a little girl named Jen. I let her ride in my caddy because I didn't know her daddy was... No, you weren't. But do you know the song? Do you know the song Pull Over by Trina? If I say, whoop whoop, pull over, that ass too fat. Does that mean anything to you? Not off the top? Doesn't mean nothing? Because I was talking to some people. I was talking to these people, and I said, I think Sue said that she had a pear-shaped body, and I was like, whoop whoop, pull over, that ass too fat. And she was like, what the fuck was that? And I was like, it's a song. And they're like, I've never heard of that shit before in my life. And I'm like, don't look at me like I'm crazy. Stop it. Don't you people fucking gaslight me into thinking I'm the crazy person. But it is a song from 2000, so it is a little old, I guess. But we're also playing RuneScape from fucking 2003 or 2001. When did RS Classic drop? Like, whatever. All right, Taku, I got a question that you can maybe even answer this time. Are you ready?
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of RuneScape Classic that isn't isn't in any of the other games, RS2 or RS3?
What the fuck?
No?
I have to think back a lot.
I see. You can meditate on it. I'll give you time. Saber says, I grew up on Aftermath and Murder Inc. and G Unit and D12 and shit like that. Wu-Tang. Yeah, Trina is not nearly the level of prestige of them. This particular song was top 100, right? The Hot 100, it was 93. So it is a well-known song for the time, for the era. But that being said, you know, that's like 1 week or whatever.
Like, most of the stuff that was in RuneScape Classic is in RS, made its way to RS2.
Sure.
However, the things that didn't make it to RS2 were the bad things.
So yeah, what's the least bad thing?
Oh, fuck.
You know what I mean? Instead of your favorite thing, what's the least bad thing? Or maybe just the most funny thing?
The most funny thing. There was a glitch in RuneScape Classic where you could have a girl with a beard. A female character with a beard.
All right. They kind of went full circle on that one, actually. You can do whatever you want to do now.
Yeah. But at the time, it was a glitch. Now it's a feature.
Yeah, true. Shout out to that guy who came around this chat when I was killing Karass. That was like, I can't believe they have gender inclusion in RuneScape. And I'm like, yeah? That's the thing that you're upset about? So sailing is fine, but being able to choose a symbol is offensive to you? All right. Weird place to draw the line to me, you know? Just gonna throw that out there. Don't think I give a shit about that at all. Because let me tell you something. I didn't care before, and I certainly don't care now. It's not for me, and that's okay. It doesn't need to be for me. Sailing doesn't need to be for me either. I could just stop playing the fucking game if that's how I really feel. You know what I'm saying? And I suggest the same to you. I think my favorite, speaking of memes, trans memes, I think my favorite meme about being trans is transing your gender, using trans as a verb. So-and-so trans their gender. That's very fucking funny to me. Saber says, say it with the same cadence, but it's in Obama's voice. Wu-Tang? Whoop whoop, pull over that ass too fat. He was so close to Obama. My fellow Americans. I don't actually have a very good Obama impression or nothing like that. I don't really do impressions that well. You know what I was just talking about? It's gone. Transing my gender? That's the thing that I was just saying. Savior, you gotta understand. I'm extremely stupid, and when I say things, it's gone forever. As soon as it comes out of my mouth, it's gone forever. It's gone forever. Like, I don't know. Sorry, man. I agree with whatever you say I said or whatever I said in the past, whichever one's more correct. And you said, I don't think I give a shit about that. Oh. I don't think I know how to do an impression of Obama. I think I've done an impression of Obama before quite well without intending to. And I don't think that I could ever repeat that. Question. How come we're at phase 4 and he doesn't have any fucking damage on him? What the fuck is happening in this Temporos run, dog? Like, this game is not winnable at all. That's actually crazy, dude. That's actually like I didn't almost win. How did I fuck up this bad? What did I do for like 2 sections I was supposed to stab this dude and I didn't stab him at all? What did I do during those phases? Was I just fucking trying my best to do a Afro Man impression? Saber says I can do Mickey Mouse and Stitch. Those are very distinctive voices. I can't do fucking anything. I can't do impression of fucking anything. I'm terrible. Saber can also do Goofy. Oh, yuck. I fucking love Goofy. I actually like a Goofy movie and an extremely Goofy movie. Mostly a Goofy movie. That's really what I like about Goofy. I really don't give a shit about Goofy outside of a Goofy movie. All right, what am I doing? Rating. Who are we rating though? We rated Rhea before. We can raid our friends. How are they ending? They end around now sometimes. It's late. They might end soon, but we're gonna take the chance to raid into them because we love them. We love them. Just fans of. I don't see them on this list. Okay, great. So yeah, we'll rate them. Just fans of. Oh my god, this is my home away from home. These are my fucking people. You understand? Right now we have Mellow, but just fans of. The thing about them is they're not just a variety stream, but they're a variety of streamers, right? They play a variety of games, but there's also a variety of streamers playing those games. Same channel, just fans of. You'll get Mellow, you'll get Altus, you'll get Rugi, and others as well. I think as well, but I don't know them as well. There's all kinds of different people. Saber says keep practicing. Is that when you get it down and branch out to others? Oh yeah, maybe that yuck will get you to be able to do Goofy. Maybe, I don't know. Oh yuck. But anyways, just fans of. Big fan of their stuff. They're always good content over there. Right now they're playing Repo. They play a wide variety of games. They're trying to finish Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, just like Saku over here, which was the main reason why I'm not in their streams most of the time nowadays. But they play all kinds of different stuff. They usually start a game, play it all the way through, and then move on to another game. Generally, it's kind of the vibe. And you can join their Discord to vote on what game they're going to be playing next. You can see who's going to be streaming and what and when by joining their Discord as well. Mostly it's Mellow. Sometimes it's Altus. Let's see, what else do they have going on? V Rising, Mahjong Soul, Murky Divers, Inzoi, the brand new hotness. They got all kinds of shit going on. I've seen them play a wide variety of games. Hades was a big one for me. That's when I discovered them way back in the way back. We were playing Hades at the same time, which was fucking well over a year ago now. But Mellow's a fantastic guy, very charismatic, very handsome, and very funny. I gotta go though. That's gotta be it for your boy. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.